when the casino closed down, that's when I was like, I'm all right, I'm gonna take it serious.
Yeah.
I started walking every day, and then just eating right. It was if it was 2,000 calories or less that I was eating, or sticking to keto.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what did it.
I kept those two rules, and I had a trainer, and then I had a therapist too.
Hey man, hey, whatever helps though.
Oh,
That's
yeah,
just
dude.
crazy though. That's crazy. Yeah. They told me you got the surgery, so I was like, all right, you know.
Yeah,
My boy
I heard
got the
that
surgery.
too.
Yeah. My boy got the surgery and shit, because I was like, and then he would talk shit about people that are fat. I'm like, this, you didn't even work anything off, dog. You got the surgery, dog. They had to cut your stomach in half because you couldn't stop eating, motherfucker.
I tried to get the surgery one time.
Yeah.
And the insurance, they denied me. But I'm glad because people, so you can't even drink carbonated drinks when you get the surgery.
Really?
Yeah. And you know what really helped me? The Topo Chico's, the kind of drink that I bought.
Yeah.
So a lot of the times when I would eat, like small meals,
Yeah.
the Topo Chico, I would still be hungry, but I drink like a whole Topo Chico and I'd be full. I feel real full.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool, man.
So you couldn't drink carbonated water
When you get the surgery, you can't drink carbonated stuff.
even after heals?
I
After
don't
heals,
know.
you're fine, right?
I guess so, maybe. I don't
Yeah,
know.
I had stomach surgery.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was for a hernia, but they took a piece of my stomach and wrapped it around to make it tighter.
Yeah.
So it's smaller.
Oh, okay.
But I remember that was a thing, because they told me like it takes like 8 weeks to heal.
Wow.
Ooh.
Yeah, and they were like, you can't drink anything carbonated for like a while.
Yeah.
And even after 8 weeks, yeah, I drank like a beer or something.
Oh.
This shit would hurt.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Up until like maybe a couple years after, it was still fucking hurting.
Really?
Yeah, just the carbonation, because it would put pressure on, I guess, that the part they fixed or shouldn't be a wound anymore, but you know what I mean, like a healed wound, scar
Yeah.
tissue, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, that shit would hurt. Now it's fine though. So I don't know, but it's been like maybe 6 years.
Oh, really?
Since, yeah.
Yeah. So did they have to make your stomach like a different size?
A little bit.
Yeah.
You know how your stomach's kind of shaped like that?
Uh-huh.
Like it goes like that? So that part that comes out, they pinch it and wrap it around the fucking, the hole to make it tighter.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a little smaller. I don't
Yeah,
feel no
what it-
difference though.
No?
Yeah, I didn't get any skinnier, man. I fucking gained weight.
Yeah, but you ain't fat enough, man. So you good.
Yeah, I think I'm just sort of average, maybe a little chubby.
Yeah. Because my friend told me like when he got the surgery, he would get when he would drink, he would get tore up faster. He would be buzzed quicker off one drink.
Really?
Yeah, he told me like that totally changed.
Well, that's why now. When I was 420 pounds, shit,
Yeah.
I could drink a whole 30 pack.
Yeah.
I would drink a whole 30 pack during the night.
Wow.
And now, shit, I can barely. Less than a 6 pack, maybe. If
Yeah.
that, yeah, 1 or 2 or 3 drinks. Maybe.
Maybe it's just getting processed faster. Because
Maybe.
that has more to do with your liver, doesn't it?
Yeah.
I would think so, yeah. But like some cats that are heavy set can drink longer than people that are skinnier, man. Maybe you're right. I don't know how it works, but I've seen plenty of times where big dudes would be like chugging and then still ain't toe up, and then somebody else, 2 or 3 drinks in, they're already gone.
Yep.
I guess you're just a tolerance, I guess, or whatever you can take or your body gets used to,
Yep.
which is crazy, bro.
That's what I would think.
Yeah, and you lost over 200 pounds, right?
Just about 200. Yeah.
Dude, I remember when you were a big dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember, bro. And I would see you when sometimes when I go to them on Gods and I would perform, I think it was a year or something, I saw you and then I was all like, dude, you lost a lot of weight. You're like, yeah. And I was like, dude.
That's a major achievement, man.
Hell yeah, bro.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
You grinded it out, bro.
Thank
So
you.
that's even better, bro.
Right?
It was definitely like the hardest, easiest thing to do.
Yeah.
It's hard. Oh, it's easy because you know what you got to do.
Yeah.
But just sticking to it is the hardest.
That's all it is, consistency,
Yep,
though.
yep.
It's to the point now where, I mean, when I go to the gym because it's like therapeutic at this point. I like going there. I like chilling. I like the weights help me out. Just feeling the pain, all that stuff.
Yeah.
The soreness, even though my bones hurt sometimes, I feel like, all right, I accomplished something. That's how I walk out. Like, all right, I did something for the day. Like, I'm not a total piece of shit, you know? And that's what makes me feel, guys. But yeah, Congrats to you, dog.
Thank you. I would say as weight loss, I always say it's when people ask me, how do you lose weight? Like somebody who needs to lose like a lot, like me, like 100, 200 pounds. It's 80% diet, 20% working out, but 1,000% like mental.
Oh yeah.
And if you need to lose over 100, like 200 pounds, it's a mental thing. It's and I went to therapy, like I was telling you earlier.
Yeah.
And I would say that I was addicted to food, you know.
Yeah.
Like,
Same thing. I used to be overweight too, dog. So I know. Yeah. I weighed about, I think, one point of 230, 240.
oh
Yeah, bro. And honestly, I would just eat just to eat. I wasn't eating because I was hungry. Mm-hmm. I just be in the kitchen like this. Man, I'm just gonna grab these cookies real quick.
yeah,
I ain't doing nothing. Yeah, that's it, dog. You just wanna.
What was your health like when you were heavier?
I actually was fine. I had a little bit of high blood pressure, but that was about it. And the doctors would always tell me, "Oh, you're pre-diabetic. Like your levels are fine, but you're gonna become a diabetic soon if you don't lose weight."
Oh.
But
And all of it went away?
yeah, I'm perfectly healthy now.
That's fucking awesome.
yeah.
Hell yeah,
So,
bro.
Thank God I never had diabetes or I never.
I should have got diabetes the way I be eating. But I used to eat, bro. I should have got. Cause I would sit, dude. I would make my own like. It was basically I should have got type 5 diabetes the way I was eating, bro. I would walk in, I grab a bunch of like Oreo cookies, have a vanilla bean ice cream, and then pour chocolate syrup and butterscotch on that shit, and have 2 or 3 bowls of that.
That sounds delicious.
Wow.
I would finish a gallon of ice cream by myself, bro. Like in one, like almost the whole day. And I should have got diabetes the way I was eating, bro.
But that's the thing, they're not completely linked like that.
No?
You know what I mean? Because a lot of it's genetics. Because I have pre-diabetes and I've had it for a long time, but like I don't really eat crazy. You know what I mean? I haven't eaten crazies for like a long time.
Dang.
Yeah, it is genetics.
It's crazy how the way it works. Dude, the way I was eating, bro, family size Oreo pack, dog, and you ain't got no family, it's just you. You feel me?
Yeah.
I'd be like, and then I would get the thin Oreos, and they just trick you, like, oh, they're thin, so I can eat like 50 more of those, because they're thin, you know?
Would you smoke around this time?
Hell yeah.
Yeah, see, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
It's the
dude.
same. I fucking, dude. Yeah, I think I definitely got a thing for sweets.
Yeah, me too, man. It was even if I smoked or not, it was just my excuse for my fat ass to go in there and make something. And that was my whole thing. Every time I felt down or the life was treating me like shit, I'm like, man, I'm gonna go in a cookie aisle at Walmart and pick whatever cookie I want. And I'd be sitting there, I would stay in the cookie aisle for like 30 minutes to an hour, bro, just like this. Yeah, man, if I put this combination together,
It sounded like a grown-up kid.
That's
I'll
how-
get what cookie I want.
Yeah. She's like this. If I had a bad relationship, I'm leaving you. I'm like, yo, fuck you, bitch. I'm going to get some cookies. I don't need you. I don't need you.
It's my cookies, my decision.
Yeah, I go in a cookie, I'll be having a fun ass day. But the thing is, when I got so heavy that I started getting weird like heart palpitations.
Oh damn, bro.
And getting like when I was walking up some stairs, dog. It was the roughest thing in my life, bro. Yeah, I was sitting there sweating going upstairs, dog.
Did you get checked out for any of that shit?
No, I didn't. I just kind of just said like this. I'm tired of like, you know. And then when I got sweaty, one time I got sweaty, dog. And when you're fat and you got them rolls, the sweat would be cupped inside one of the rolls. I don't know if any, you know what I'm talking about?
I know exactly what you're talking about.
I'm like this. One time I was like, that's a bunch of water. And I was like, it was just cupped inside the fat and just a bunch of sweat. And I was like this.
Water.
I was like this. Damn, dog. I was like, I'm a fat ass. But I was like thinking, well, if I ever like get deserted on an island or something, I can drink my own sweat because I got a cup right here, fat. Just a fucking cup. I can just take a zip.
When you're 100 or 200 pounds overweight like I was, you know all the fat rules. Like, you know, when I first lost weight, just to be able to sit like this, like, was like amazing to me because I could never. I always used to have to sit like this.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, and everywhere I went, I would always check the chairs. Like, I would always be like, all right, is this chair gonna? I'm not gonna break this chair. You know?
Damn, I never thought about it.
And then riding in a plane, forget about it. Fuck that. I when I used to like ride in planes, I'd make sure I'd get like 2 seats or first class.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, and then the first time when I lost all the weight, and when I was able
Did you
to,
want to take that off?
oh yeah, I'll take it off.
We don't get ink on it.
When I finally lost the weight, and the first time, I was so happy to go sit down in between this couple and not have to worry about.
Yeah.
Like, what are they gonna think or what are they gonna say? I fit in the chair fine.
Nice, dude.
It was an amazing feeling like that. Or another great feeling after losing the weight was being able to walk into Walmart and buy a shirt. There was no such thing as that my whole adult life. I would have to go come here to El Paso
Yeah.
to DXL. You know, get the 5X, the 6X shirts. You know,
Okay.
When the comedians would come to Club 49 and
Yeah.
sell shirts, I was never able to buy one because they never had my size. Only a couple did, like a couple comedians had my size, but it feels so good now to be able to buy a comedian shirt. You know,
That's cool,
buy an
man.
XL shirt.
I believe me. And one thing about when you have weight and shit, and I used to be like, I feel you, dog. Like I would wear shit I know I shouldn't be wearing. You feel me? Like a tighter shirt, even though my fat will put, but to me I could fit a medium. I was like, I can fit a medium. I can fit a large. I might be like this and but I would try to make it fit, knowing it didn't feel right. And I walk around like, and in my mind, and you thinking good, but then you look in the mirror, you like this. Damn. Like all this. Damn. Really? I'm stretching this shit out. And kids are always the worst. Because kids will point out, my daughter would point out something to me. She's like this, damn, Dad, you really is sweaty. And I'm like this, man, shut your ass up. But she would point at us like that, you sweaty, Daddy. Why you sweaty? I'm like,
why are you sweaty?
yeah, in an air-conditioned place. I wasn't even outside, I would just be sweaty, you know what I'm saying?
Because I'm fat.
Yeah, pretty much, bro. My daughter saw my change, dog, so it was good to have that, bro.
How long did it take you?
Oh, it took me about I'm gonna say a good year of being consistent. And
How many pounds did you lose?
I lost almost, I'm gonna say about 35.
All right,
35
here we go,
pounds.
man.
So it was definitely worth it, dog.
I'll start you on a small line.
That's my first tattoo in 2 years, I think.
And what made you want to get this tattoo that you're getting right now?
Well, yeah, there's a story behind it. The book Mel Robbins. Have y'all heard of her?
No.
She wrote a book called Let Them, and it's an amazing book.
Yeah.
But it kind of ties into the gestures and people seeing the smile now, cry later. You seen that tattoo?
Yeah, I've seen that. Yeah.
So this tattoo, the way he drew it, both of the gestures are happy. Mm-hmm. And the book is basically about you only control your own life. You know, you can't control your parents, you can't control your friends, you can't control anybody else but you. You just gotta let them. You know, if somebody's being rude to you or somebody don't invite you nowhere, let them. If somebody is doing something you don't want them to do, let them. You got an ex and they're acting the way they're acting, you know, you gotta let them. Yeah. But then the other side of that book, it teaches you, it gets real deep. It's let me do what I need to do for my life, you know.
Yeah.
And so with this tattoo, both of the gestures are happy. Yeah. So let me be happy and let them be happy. Let me do my thing.
Oh, that makes sense, dude. Yeah. And that's something definitely you can apply to life.
Yep.
Because me and Mash are kind of on the same wavelength, dog. So we talk about stuff like that, and some things you just. I say things. I don't trip off stuff I can't control. Mm-hmm. Like if I can't control it, there's no point in me being stressed about it. Because most of the time, when you stress about something or somebody gets you stressed, you're actually putting more energy into it. They're not even thinking about you most of the time. Yep. They're just kind of like they fuck up your day and then you just keep moving on, and you're still dwelling on it.
That's what this tattoo's for.
Oh, really?
Yeah, the captain's wheel.
Okay.
Yeah, because basically you're your own captain for everything, so you have to like make the decisions and control your own.
That's dope.
Destiny and what you do, basically. You know?
Yeah.
It's kind of like the same.
That's why they're all over the place. There's another one right there.
Nice. Dude, that's definitely a model to live for, dog.
Yeah.
And you know what's funny? That you put the chord gestures, that has something to tie in with comedy as well. It's just crazy how back in the day, the chord gesture used to be the comic relief, but if it wasn't funny, you'd get killed, you know?
Mm-hmm. Right?
That's crazy how comedy
also
works.
That captain wheel thing, because you can't blame anybody, you know, for anything. It's like you just sort of like look at it, what happened or anything, and just kind of roll with it and figure it out from there. You can dwell on it and fucking think that it's something bad, or just be like, you know what, that's a learning experience. This saved me from some other shit that was gonna come through and I gotta deal with.
Yeah.
Have y'all ever researched where gestures come from?
Like no, what is that? Yeah.
Well, I don't know exactly. I've looked at the history. They come in the medieval times. They were supposed to. But as far as the look and the way they paint their face and you know how they wear these hats and whatnot. The story of one popular story I know about is Joe Rogan. When
Yeah.
he did DMT, he saw these exact gestures.
Really?
Have y'all ever heard that story?
No.
No.
It's crazy. If you ever watch Joe Rogan, when he did DMT, he went to another dimension and he saw these gestures.
Really?
Yeah, and they look exactly like that. And it's they were doing like a sacred geometric dance, and they were all flipping them off. They were saying "fuck you," or whatever.
Really?
And he was like, "What the fuck? Why are these gestures giving me the finger, telling me fuck you?" But it was because he was taking life too serious. And the message he got was his ego had to die and not to take himself so seriously.
Ego death.
Yeah. So it's kind of a cool story about the gestures where they come
Big
from.
thing with psychedelics.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's like one of the main things is
Yeah.
the death of the ego.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So now you're just like existing, observing.
It makes perfect
You're
sense,
just
man.
being, you know?
Yep. Yep.
Hell yeah, bro.
And so being a Mescaler Apache, the clown, the gesture is actually sacred to us.
Yeah.
You remember when y'all drive into the Intermountain Gods? You
Yeah.
see those big statues? Well, those are called, in English you call them crown dancers.
Yeah.
In our language we call it the black ones on
Yeah.
the top. They're called the Gajes, and that means mountain spirit, mountain god.
Okay.
The one in the very back is supposed to be a kid, and it's called a clipaye, which means clown, jester.
Okay.
And that's the holiest one. So like the jester in Apache culture is real sacred.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool, man. I didn't know that, man. That's crazy.
I believe it all goes back to like what you guys do as comedians. It's real healing. It's real. It helps people, you know. It helps people laugh.
I totally agree with that, bro.
I think so. Because, when everything's in a comic perspective, you can kind of get a different like point of view with it. You're not super judgy about shit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You're like, oh, this is lighthearted. But it can have deeper meanings, you know?
Yeah.
But it's, death of the ego thing. Yeah, you're not thinking about it in this fucked up way. You're just like, this is funny. And then it can get in that subconscious.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yep.
bro. Totally agree. And for me, I mean, I don't know about you, but like, comedy for me is therapeutic, but everybody has their vices where you know one thing makes you feel whole. And I know you're an artist as well, dog.
Yeah.
So you have music out and stuff, and I know that's probably your way of your therapy. You telling me
Absolutely.
on the ride over here that you actually took therapy to get better and stuff like that.
Good man.
Yeah, and that's good you did that, because it's a bad, like we're talking about, it's like a stigma, especially with dudes, because if you take therapy, you're considered as weak, or you're not really a man and it shouldn't be like that.
Yeah.
No, shouldn't.
There's a stigma like you're a crazy person too.
Yeah.
A lot of people think, oh, you got to go to counseling, you got to go to therapy, you must be crazy, say, or something like that. But it's not. Me personally, I believe in 2025, like almost everybody should go to therapy the way this world is. It's kind of, it's crazy. You need somebody to talk to let it out.
Yeah.
And it's almost like the Bible says you'll know them by their fruit. So if your life, you know what that means, right? You'll know them by their fruit. So if your life, if you're producing bad fruit, like let's say you're addicted to something or something's wrong with your life, you might need therapy. Like me, I was addicted to food. I was addicted to drinking. I was addicted to a lot of bad things.
Yeah.
And when I went to therapy, it really helped me break through that.
It does help, man. Like I can't say I went to therapy, but I understand why somebody would.
Yeah.
Because you need an outlet somehow. Because if you keep that stuff inside of you, bro, it manifests into something that can get dark.
Yep.
And if you don't,
Quite a few people's therapists.
Yeah.
that's well, man. You need something. I think also with tattoos, it comes that way where people get tattoos and that becomes therapeutic to them.
Absolutely.
Yeah, because of this interaction too. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's pretty intimate.
Yep.
It's like I'm literally marking you.
Yep.
And in other cultures, it's like tattooing is like a straight up healing thing. You know, like those Polynesian tattoos. Like the real versions of them, you have to go and talk to the like dude who's gonna do it, who's like been trained in this whole like sort of spiritual part of it.
Oh wow.
Yeah, so it's not a design that like gets picked up like, hey man, I'm gonna fucking just do this. You like this one? It's more like they have a conversation with you at first, and then he figures out what he thinks you need to be taught. That teaching gets put into the tattoo.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, so he might do something like hurt you,
Yeah.
and not say anything and wait for you to be like, hey, you're hurting me, because that was a lesson you needed to learn. Like, you need to be able to open your mouth if someone's fucking hurting you.
Oh,
That's
man, that's
crazy.
fucking cool.
You said
Right?
Polynesian?
Yeah, like the Hawaiian tattoos, the
Oh,
tribal
yeah,
stuff
yeah,
like that.
okay.
Yeah. They're not supposed to be just some shit that was picked off because all those patterns to them have like a certain meaning, and the way they put them together, it tells a story about your healing or your journey.
That's awesome.
cool.
Yeah, it's pretty deep.
That is.
I'm not gonna lie, I've done a bunch of them too. So
Yeah.
I'm just like, well, I didn't follow that part.
How many tattoos do you think you've done in your lifetime?
Oh, dude, at this point, I have no fucking idea.
Over 10,000? Under 10,000?
Under 10,000, yeah.
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 Because it's like, I think altogether, I'm like 14 years or something like this. Yeah, I think I started in 2011.
Oh, okay.
And then, but as a job, I started in the tail end of, was it 2017, I think?
Yeah.
Something like that.
That's cool, man.
Yeah.
My man here does really good work, so.
Yeah.
And I'm not just saying that just because he's my friend and stuff. I walked in and I was like, and everybody that walks in and sees his work is always like, wow, like, you know, and then some of the stuff I just drew this real quick and did this real quick and off the top of my head, and it still comes out as like great, man.
Thanks, man.
Yeah, even when he draws pancakes, I'm like,
Oh yeah,
now I'm
that's
hungry.
One
You
of
feel
my
me?
favorite
Like,
things.
yeah.
I'm gonna do a series of pancake paintings or something.
How long have y'all been doing comedy for?
Shit, I've
been
been
doing it for
10 years plus, but
10 years,
yeah, I've been grinding for
I'm
a
like,
minute.
what, a year and 3 months, 4
Oh,
months,
okay.
something like that.
Yeah, but it's just, it's funny how like no matter how long you've been into it or the short amount of time,
Yeah.
how people can kind of like eventually like mesh together. It's crazy.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like it's crazy because I think time is cool with comedy. Yeah, you need that grind, but the connection doesn't. Time isn't really. You know what I'm saying? Doesn't count like that.
I've seen people, so I'm not a comedian or anything, but
Yeah.
I've watched comedy for the past, we opened up the club in 2012.
Yeah.
And so I've seen so many comedians it used to be Wednesdays, it's on Thursdays now.
Yeah.
And I think the best comedians, like some of them it takes them longer, but when they get it, to me, the best comedians always tell the best stories, and the timing has to be good.
I totally agree.
Yeah, that's their performance. For
Yeah,
sure.
it's and people know when it's authentic, bro. They just feel it, and it's man, I can't describe it. But the thing is, like with you, I know you were telling us, you also met like a lot of artists, bro.
Yeah.
They came through there, and you met Snoop. You were telling me all this stuff, bro. So I know you. I want to ask, dog. I know you got some stories, dog. I know you got to have some stories.
Okay. Shit. Well, I met, one of the coolest comedians I met was Bill Cosby.
You were telling me
Bill
about that. I
Cosby,
was like
that's
this.
cool.
And this was before this was back in like 2008, I want to say.
Oh, before everything popped up.
Yeah.
Was that like right before? Because he had.
I think it was like
shortly
2013, 2014 is
Okay,
when
yeah.
when all that crazy shit started coming out.
Yeah.
But no, when he came, he was funny. He did a show, and backstage because I work in the marketing department, I had to do the meet and greet photos. And he was just a real cool dude, and I sat down next to him, and he was telling me about the casino, how he liked it, and he was just real awesome dude,
Yeah.
So I believe he's innocent.
Okay, that's cool. It's cool. Did he buy any drinks?
No.
Sorry, I had to do it, dog. He was like, no, I'm good. It's on me. Nah, Bill, I'm good, man. Thank you, man. Appreciate you.
Like, this was strong ass drink.
I had to do it, dog.
Right.
Oh, and then you told me you got to work with one of the artists that you really look up to. Was it Bone Thugs and Harmony?
Bone Thugs and
recently,
Harmony, yeah. So I'm a rapper. I've been a rapper, and my idols was Bone Thugs and Harmony. I've been listening to them since I was back in the day.
How did that feel like, bro?
Man, it was like the most proudest moment of my life just a month ago.
Yeah.
Because you've heard of Low Profile Records?
Yeah.
LPG, they're the ones who royalty. They founded Little Rob,
Yeah.
Mr. Sancho, Kid Frost. They worked with people like Baby Bash.
Oh man, okay.
So I started working with them in 2013. I actually submitted one of my demos to their radio.
Yeah.
And the CEO contacted me. He was like, "Oh, I love this song you made. We're gonna play it on LPG radio." I was like, "Dope." So we got to talking, and I remember I got the call backstage of the comedy show in 2012, and I remember Jibs was there. You know who else was there?
Who?
Israel Garcia.
Oh,
Garcia, man.
Homie.
Much love, rest in peace. But
yeah.
I remember I got the call backstage and I told them, hey guys, I just got a call from Low Profile Records and they want me on their radio show. And they're like, oh, congratulations. I remember all backstage. Jibs had his beers in the little cooler and everything.
Yeah.
And we had just barely started comedy. Anyways, fast forward, 2013, I bring Low Profile to In and Out Gods.
Yeah.
And with Baby Bash, we do a whole show.
Nice.
I get signed to Low Profile Records as a DJ. I start doing their radio shows. We go on tours. We start opening up for people like DJ Quick, Mac 10.
Oh.
And we start working. Yeah, it starts going good. It's like, so this was back in 2013 all the way. We kind of like fell off a little bit, but I've done things with them.
Yeah.
So the other day, March 8th, Bone Thugs and Harmony, we got them to come to the casino as well, In and Out Gods.
Nice.
And Low Profile Records, we opened up for Bone Thugs, and it was just like the most proudest moment of my life. Yeah. After I was done with that show, because I'm literally next to somebody, Little Bandit. He's like one of my idols too.
Yeah.
I remember buying his CDs in stores, and he's like one of my idols, biggest Mexican rapper to me in my eyes.
Yeah.
And I'm next to him on stage while I'm rapping. He's hyping me up, and it was like a dream come true. I remember that night after it was over, I was like, I could retire. That was a dream come true.
Nice. Real quick, try not to move your hands so much. Because I have to make these lines.
Oh, okay.
I didn't want to stop your story. It was good.
But anyways, I felt like after we did that show, I could retire. And I remember the CEO of Low Profile Records, his name's Royalty. Yeah. He actually gave me this chain to wear in that show, real legit chain.
Yeah.
He gave me this to wear on the show, and when they were leaving, I was gonna give it back to him, and he was like, "Yeah, I need to get that back." And I was about to take it off, and he's like, "Oh, you know what? You keep it, hold on to it for now. We got some more shows we got to do."
Oh, that's cool, man.
I want to get like 20 more shows. I was like,
"Oh
my God!" So this is like a precious thing to me that I'm wearing right here.
That's cool, man. That's good looking out right there.
Right? That's cool as fuck, man.
Some things are just meant to be, man. You just happen. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, man, you're on a good track, dog. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think, I say like and plus the vibe you give out, man, because everything, I noticed, man, once I noticed you, like when you lost the weight and everything that's happening, right now, talking to you right now, you just talking to you like the other day, like your whole vibe, everything's different. You were always positive, but now it's like, I can tell you're like mentally centered.
Yeah.
I think maybe the therapy, everything that helped you, but you're like mentally, I'm just the vibe that I'm getting. I'm good at reading energy, dog. I'm good at that.
I appreciate that.
It's like a tuition that I have. It's good and bad. Sometimes I'm like this. I'm like, yeah, the energy's bad. I'll leave a room right away, dog. I'll just leave. I'm like, nah, this ain't right. But right now, I can tell like where you're focused and everything's going. It's going great, bro. And like certain things are meant to happen for a reason, dog. You feel me?
Yeah.
Certain things happen, and then, dude, it's only a matter of time, dog. I gotta say. And that's cool that you met Lazy Bone.
Yeah.
You took a picture with him and stuff.
Yep.
That's really cool. I saw that, bro. That's freaking cool.
Yeah, man, it was a dream come true. And I appreciate that. You definitely have, both of y'all definitely have like great energy too. Most comedians do. I met some comedians who have some crazy energy. But since I've met you, you've always been positive, a good person. And I remember it was about a year ago when you you told me something that stuck with me. Like, you told me some real inspiring words. You said, everything you're doing, you deserve it. And all the blessings you get, you deserve it. And nobody's really told me stuff like that. You remember talking to me?
Yeah, I remember telling you that. Yeah, I remember that.
And I was just sitting there like, wow, it really touched me.
Thanks, man.
And I would think about that during like the times like this whole Bone Thug thing was going on. I was like, wow, is this real? Is this real? And I would think about that, man, you deserve it. So I appreciate that.
Hey, man. I'm good. I'm telling you, I'm a good reader. Energy. At times I tell him stuff, he's all like, but then sometimes he'll check me on shit. I'll be like this, hey man, I'm reading this wrong. What do you think about this? He's like, nah, it ain't that deep.
Yeah. Because you're in the thick of it when you're telling me this. So it's like important to you. When you look from an outside perspective, you're like, nah, that's not really.
Ain't that deep. And sometimes I'm like, and then it works the opposite way sometimes. I'll be like this and he'd be like, oh, that's what it is. Yeah, what you said right now, yeah, I would, yeah. What you did was accurate. I was like, you should have walked away. And I was like, all right. So as you get older too, dog, you just kind of like, your whole perception changes of life. You feel me? Like you kind of go like, is this worth it? You know what I'm saying? Is this worth my energy, my time? And a lot of things that you worry about is not, bro.
Yeah, because at the end of the day, we're still human, man. And like, being human means that you're sensitive about shit.
Yeah.
You know? Whether you want to think it or not,
Right.
you know? Yeah. Especially being a comic, too, man.
Yeah,
Comics be some sensitive motherfuckers.
Well,
Would you all say you're call yourself empaths? What they call empath?
Of course, to some degree,
Yeah.
you're feeling people's like emotions and energy. Yeah.
Especially being a comedian, you got to feel the crowd.
That's part, yeah, because then we get trained into doing that shit.
Yeah.
You know, because you say some shit, yeah, because if you step in somewhere and the energy's off, you're gonna know. You know, I think Otis can probably attribute to this more than
yeah, but it's definitely like that. You feel it, you know what it is, and it's like. But one thing, man, whether good or bad, same thing with you. When you're on stage, you entertain people, dog. Whether it's 2 people or 300, if you love something so much, you give everything to it.
Right.
No matter what it is.
Absolutely.
Yeah, even if you maybe like the outcome and the crowd you wanted, a big crowd, you still gave them your all. You feel satisfied when you get off.
Yeah.
And then people come up to you, you give them that same love they gave to you on stage, and like, hey, thank you for coming, even if it's only 2 of y'all. And they appreciate that. Little things like that, I think people appreciate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's also like professionalism too, you know? 'Cause it don't matter how big the crowd is, we're there to do something.
Yeah, exactly, man. It don't
We
matter
do
to
our
me,
thing.
bro. I show everybody the same kind of love, but I'm the kind of person like the energy you give me is the energy I give back to you. So if
Hell
you're gonna
yeah.
be like this and negative, I just kind of I don't give it. I don't be negative, but I just go, okay, you can't be near me, bro. I got to get you out my circle. Right? I can't have this right now.
Right.
And I'll just
Yeah.
I'm learning from some comedians. It's good to get that Irish goodbye.
Yeah.
Where you don't even explain yourself, you just leave the room. It's better that way.
Yeah.
Because you're giving some of that energy, so why even notice that it's there? I'm like this. I don't mean to say like you're better than somebody, but I'm like, this is really beneath me to even acknowledge what you're trying to do.
You're on a whole different vibe.
Yeah, I'm like this. Why
Exactly.
even like you're not even worth it? You
Right,
feel me?
right,
I'm like
right.
this. I'm better off scratching my balls for like an hour. That's be more satisfying than what I'm dealing with like that. No point, man.
Straight up though.
Yeah,
Right,
man.
right.
Dude, and one thing I love, man, like about the inner mind gods in itself is just that when you go up Muscalero, dog, it's like the air is different. Maybe because there's all the smog here in El Paso, but it's different when you go up there, man. When I breathe in the air, everything's just different, bro. You
Like
feel me?
fresh. Yeah.
Yeah. It feels like you're getting something put into you. You feel me?
Yeah.
And I used to drive up there to do the ambulance thing all the time, and it's just, the scenery is just tranquil, dog. It's real chill.
Yeah.
And now you guys are getting more acts over there. And I saw 112 when I was over there.
Oh yeah, you went to that.
Yeah,
concert,
dude, that shit was, man, it did peaches and cream. I almost lost my mind, bro.
Yeah.
I feel like a fanboy, dog. I was like dancing like that. I was like, peaches and cream. I was all like, dude. And I love R&B as I gotten older, though. So.
I love that DJ. She was a.
Oh yeah, that female. I forgot her
she
name.
was beautiful. Like yeah, she had her name right there on her laptop, but wow, she was a beautiful DJ. And
Yeah.
She was dope. When she came on stage, she got that crowd going. You know the crazy thing is, I mean, it was a good show. It was a great show.
Yeah, it was a good show.
But did it kind of mess with you that you kept hearing Diddy's voice on all the samples?
Oh yeah.
Like almost the whole performance was "Can't Stop." What was telling you?
Yeah, you hear that, dog? Because they were giving shout out to Big.
Yeah.
But you can't have Big without the puffy ad libs in the back.
Right.
You feel me? Because it's automatic like that. So it's kind of like when you heard it. You know what tripped me out too, though? I know we're all getting older, and you look at some of your artists, and I'm not trying to talk shit. I'm not. All right, when I say this. But when I was watching 112, I remember they would take breaks in between and let the dancers dance. They'd be like this, all right, man, we chill. I'm like this, hey, man, we good, man. They let them have it for a minute. Then they go back there and sing again. They would take a break in between. Because it was a lot of work going there, you sweating.
Oh, yeah.
They were trying to do dance moves, but because they're older now, so they're like this, all right, man, let these young dudes dance for a little bit. We're sitting there, they were drinking water. I saw them all like this. I told them, look, you're drinking water. I was like, yeah, peaches and cream, my ass. That's what got me tripped out, like some water, gets hydrated first, the electrolytes in us, and then we're gonna go back to start singing. But yeah, it was a whole vibe, dog.
Fucking electrolytes.
Dude, they were doing it, bro. I was laughing, man. Like, but it was a good vibe, bro. I'm R&B cat now, and I've been listening. I'm listening to in the car. I've been listening to this funk.
Yeah, the talk box guy.
Yeah, but he was doing it. It's just he's French, and he was just. I've been listening to this funk music. I don't know what it. I've been stuck on it for the.
What's
I don't
his
even.
name?
Yeah, I've been like just. Be jamming out, bro. I'm just like it puts me in a vibe, bro. Yeah, no matter what.
What's his name?
The Bull. I think it's how you sell it, but he's French, dog. His name is The Bull, bro. And I thought he was just the average dude from Wisconsin or something, but he's French.
Yeah.
And these French dudes are doing all this weird funkadelic type cool stuff. And that's what I've been listening to for the past month, dog.
Oh, really?
Yeah, man, put me in a vibe, bro. I'm just like, oh, this is a whole different kind of music I never knew kind of existed, but it's kind of retro and stuff.
Yeah.
But it's cool, dog. It's cool. I'm really enjoying the vibe of all of it, bro.
You know, the show last Thursday, the whole balance of the show was real good.
Yeah.
That you guys brought.
Thanks, man.
So yeah, you guys all got a good vibe. You were on first, right?
Yeah.
You're the host, and then the feature, and James was a him.
Yeah, well, you know what's funny? Because out of all of us, he was the dirtiest one.
But it worked.
It worked.
It wasn't overly dirty.
It wasn't overly dirty, but out of all of us, I like because you look at Mash, right? And then I told him this to his face, like you look at him when he's like being like that, you don't expect it from him. But you would think it was either from me or not even Jibs. You would think everybody would look at me, but when they see him, he got a little hood in him at times. That's what I say. But you don't think he would do that. You know what I'm saying? It'd be the opposite way around. You'd be like, you look at his comedy and you also be saying like, oh, for real, it's coming from him. Then he has a smile on his face as he's saying it. That's what tripped out.
I didn't really notice till after the show.
Yeah.
I was just like, wait a minute. Both of their shit was like really clean. I was the only one who had like a little bit of dirty shit in it.
No, but so the way that's why I say feeling the crowd. It goes back. You got to fill out the crowd. Like technically in the contract it says you're not supposed to use the F-bombs and everything. But I think we do that just to be on the safe side.
Right.
Yeah.
But I always tell the comedians, just fill out the crowd. If you're funny, you can be dirty if you want. Just don't say fuck 20 times, you know.
Yeah.
But, and that's what you did. You fell out the crowd, and it worked great. We've only had like maybe one complaint of a comedian being too dirty, maybe one or two.
Yeah.
But like the balance of the show, it was excellent. So
Nice.
big shout out for you guys for coming, man. Like,
No, it was man. They
that was
having
fun.
it.
show, yeah. And big shout out to Sam Butler. Shout out to Sam Butler for making that happen. So.
Oh yeah, man. Sam is. He's I call him the Suge Knight of comedy.
Right.
The Suge Knight.
He was smoking his cigar.
Yeah, back in the day, I call him. He said, "Wait, I gotta be Suge Knight." I'm like, "Isn't it obvious?"
Yeah. That's not even a question.
I gotta be the Suge Knight.
I really appreciate Sam too, because when we first started in 2012,
Yeah.
he actually took the time to like teach me how, because I didn't know, like I worked there in the casino and I'm just a DJ and I don't really know the flow of the show, how it goes, but he showed me like, hey, do this. He showed me certain little things of how to set up the room and he still gets pissed because I have the DJ set on stage all the time, but it just has to be like that for now. But I used to actually have my turntables right in the middle, and I was big back then.
Yeah.
And so I'm introducing the comedian, and I'm trying to walk off stage, and I bump into the comedian. So it was set up like, then I used to be in back of the room.
Yeah.
That was better in back of the room, but so having my turntables to the side now is like the best.
Yeah. That's cool, man. Because I think a lot of places that do shows sometimes they don't know the setup for comedy, so they go, oh, okay, they don't know how to do the introductions, kind of like, so they're kind of feeling it out, not knowing how to do it. Because I know I did a show one time and this chick was like, no, I'll bring you out, but she didn't have no music or nothing. All she did was like, comedian Oats is coming up, guys.
Comedian Oats.
And I was like, and everybody just kind of went. So she wasn't really hyping the crowd or nothing or playing music. So we got up to like some dry, unseasoned stuff, and I had to tell her like, hey, you can hype us up a little bit, and if you want, you can play music in between when we come up. She's like, really? I'm like, yeah, that's how it's supposed to go. If you just announce us like that, there's really no energy in the room, and you're the DJ, so you bring the energy.
Yep.
You get us hyped up. You don't want to like You know what I'm saying? You're the MC, really. You're the master ceremony. You don't want to mix everything live and mix it live for us and bring up the energy. So, okay.
She set the tone.
Yeah, she would do it on her DJ thing when she was DJing, but when it came to comedy, she didn't know how to do it like that.
Oh, yep.
So once you show them that, it breaks it down. And what made you want to DJ, guys?
I actually kind of got thrown into it.
Really?
Well, I remember being in 8th grade, and it was like one of the last days of school, and I had like the best collection of CDs. And I remember they gave me the boombox, and I was just playing all my CDs.
Yeah.
And I remember the way the classroom, the way they started acting and vibing to it.
Yeah.
It was like, I knew this was gonna be a part of my life somehow, some way.
Yeah.
And I always wanted to be a rapper. So when I was a rapper, I kind of just got thrown into DJing. Like somebody needed one for a wedding one weekend.
Yeah.
And I was like, shit, I'm just gonna buy these speakers. How much does it pay? And they're like, I think I could make like $1,000 that night. So I was like, shit. I went and bought all the equipment and I started doing it ever since. I was like 21 when I had my first. I was helping out another DJ for a while.
Yeah.
And I just kind of bought my own equipment.
Really?
Doing it,
When you DJ, I know DJs, the situation, like, it's changed because I know, like, you used to have the vinyl.
Yeah.
Scratching on vinyl.
I've never had a vinyl.
Now it's just like, I don't think they even play, like, do they even scratch anymore, really?
I don't. And the reason why I always wanted to learn.
Yeah.
But I don't because the area where I'm at, they hate it. well, they don't hate it. Most of the places I've done, like weddings and stuff, they just want good songs with good transitions.
Oh,
and,
okay.
And they don't care about scratching.
Okay, they don't want you to scratch on the cha-cha slide, right?
No,
okay, gotcha.
But I love it when I go, like, when I see DJs who do scratch, it's dope to me. It's like one of the best, like Tommy Black.
Yeah, he's good at that.
He's one of the dopest, like.
Yeah, he's really good. I've seen him work.
Yeah, he's a dope. He's been to our club.
Yeah, so like the way they scratch and everything, because people don't really do that. And I know it's like, with DJs, it's like a fraternity.
Yeah.
Like a lot of DJs, they all know each other.
Yeah.
And they all borrow stuff at times from each other. Like, oh, I need this real quick, man. You got this? Oh, yeah, I got you, dog. Hey, can you bring this? Because I don't have this right now. And I know that they all talk to each other. I didn't know that, you know, until I hung out with a couple of DJs. And I'm like they hang out like we do, like comedians do.
Yep.
Even after the set, like, oh, I had to play this and I had this gig. And then they wanted me to play all this music and I had to change up my stuff. And because you get a lot of requests as a DJ. I know you get tired of it. How do you handle requests, dog?
So, wow, that's... Club 49 is pretty much on Saturday nights. It's request night. Yeah. That's how I have to do it. And so when I can't just go in there as a DJ and think, oh, it's the DJ Frizzo show. They don't give a fuck about me. They just want to hear their music that they came to dance to. That's what I learned.
Yeah.
So when I first started, I would be on stage and people would come up to me and I would get so sick and tired of them coming up. Hey, can you play this? Can you play that? You got those drunk people with their drinks about to spill, and then people spit it in your ear. So now what I do, I take requests. They write it down on a little piece of paper, and all night I'm just smoothly transitioning whatever request they want.
That's smart, bro. It's, and it's better that way than somebody consistently in your ear.
Yeah.
And it's not their fault, but you after a while you get annoyed. You're like, yo, my man, I'm trying. Hey man, you be like, all right, man, like we good. Just put it on a piece of paper, slide it over to me or something, man.
Yeah, that's that thing when like anything you do, even if you love it, there's parts of it that are a job.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like me doing butterfly tattoos.
And did you say you're tired of the infinity tattoo?
Infinity symbols, it's stuff like that. But those are kind of like, they're almost like tattoo industry standards. People are always going to be getting them little things. You know what I mean? They're just not like...
It's funny because you're like the third tattoo artist that said they get tired of that infinity tattoo.
So you know what happens is like, if you're tattooing long enough and then you have an apprentice or some shit, usually the apprentice takes on those things.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, all them little tattoos that come in after a while, you're just like, apprentice or fucking new person at the shop, you're doing those now. Unless you need money, because then you'll just be like, I'm doing all of them.
I got you.
So what's your favorite kind of art to do? When you
like
tattoo?
portraits and stuff.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Like black and gray realism is super fucking satisfying. I like doing color stuff too, but if we're talking about like a preference, it would be like portraits and then like animal realism stuff.
Is there one tattoo that you're most proud of?
Not really.
No.
Yeah. Because it just keep up in the level. That's part of the thing with tattooing too. It's very similar to like comedy, where it doesn't really seem like there's like a ceiling. Like you could call yourself master after mastering shit, but you're never really a master.
Yeah.
There's always gonna be some other little thing to learn, and I think that's what draws people to it too. Yeah, because if you just mastered some shit, you're gonna get bored. You don't want to do it anymore.
Right.
There's always something, you know.
Yeah.
That's probably like art in general, is like that.
Definitely.
So what's your rap name?
Frizzo.
Frizzo,
and
okay.
Metal, yep.
And you have stuff out that people
Yeah.
can hear?
Yeah, I got videos on YouTube. My album's out on all platforms.
Fuck yeah, bro.
I tried to retire twice. I tried to retire in 2018, and then I tried to retire again the other day. But it just like won't go away. You know, I'm older. I've always thought like rap is for the young 20-year-olds or late teens, early 20s.
Yeah.
But this shit just won't go away. I would do it for free just because I love doing it.
Like, hey man, you do what you
That's
love. bro.
what's up, man. Hell yeah.
Hell yeah. What's your favorite? Like, who's your like all-time favorite artist?
Tupac.
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 I can agree with that.
You'd say Tupac was like your most major influence
No,
on your style?
Nah, because I don't sound like Tupac at all. I would say Bone Thug. People say I sound like Bone Thugs in Harmony are fucking Kendrick. You know, I hated that because Kendrick's younger than me.
Yeah.
But a lot of people when Kendrick got famous,
Yeah.
people would start telling me, your voice sounds like Kendrick, and I'm like, shit, Kendrick, what the fuck? He sounds like me. You know? So I was a hater of Kendrick all these years. Drake was my favorite rapper because I love R&B too, just like
Yeah, he just
and I love how Drake can sing and rap, and I sound nothing like Drake, so
Yeah.
I love being a fan of Drake. But this past year when that shit went down, man, I couldn't help but just Kendrick was dope as fuck. I hated that I liked all the songs, you know.
but-
And I like the new Kendrick is out right now. The Squabble, Not Like Us, and that song Luther.
Yeah.
My favorite songs right now, man. I'm
Oh,
bumping
yeah.
that shit. Like that shit's dope.
He brung it, man. Like,
Yeah.
and he kind of, you know, I like Kendrick too because he kind of brings him and J. Cole. I like Drake too. I don't really care too much about the beef. I put it this way: they brought lyricism back.
Right.
Like that, you know. I'm not, like I said, that's kind of my genre of music. I like some of the younger cats, but Drake and stuff like that, and what Kendrick brought, definitely like brought that feel. You can tell what his influences was, and you tell Pac was one of them.
Yeah.
Like, you could tell like just the way he sounded. He said like when he was a little kid, Pac was shooting a video in the neighborhood or something like that.
Oh, really?
And like I don't know if his cousin or his uncle put him on the top of his shoulders, and he saw Tupac from a distance when he was younger or something like that. So, you know, he has the influences and stuff like that. So.
That's crazy. You said you didn't pay attention to the beef, or you didn't get into the beef part of it?
Not really, because like, cause I know, look, like, I love Drake, but he's not really built that way.
Yeah.
He's not built for no like beef, like going. Lyricism, I like when he did it with what's his face?
Pusha T?
Huh?
Meek Mill.
Meek Mill, right?
Yeah.
That was a little, you know, it was back and forth, but he caught him, and he got him real good. And due to the fact that I think Meek Mill was getting that Nicki Minaj coochie, so he wasn't really focused at the time.
Yeah.
He got him real good, but he's like, I'm over here, I'm Nicki Minaj, I ain't got time, I can't really dedicate him. And then it kind of went back and forth, but then like, he kind of called out Kendrick, and I don't think he knew what he was in store for.
Right.
So when he called him out, and then he came at him, and then him using the AI, Snoop Dogg and Pac on the song, right there, like, all right, Drake, just stick to what you know, bro, because I don't think you can go in this. No, it's good. Just stick to what, ain't no wrong with what you're doing. Just be like this, hey, I like singing, I like rapping, I ain't about this life, I ain't about this, I'm good with that. And it's good. People are always gonna respect that. Just say, you be real, like, hey,
Be
you know,
yourself,
yeah.
Well, that's how he won against Meek Mill, I believe. When he was being himself, he said, "You get embodied by a singing." You know,
Yeah.
So he was being himself right there.
Yeah.
But then with this one with Kendrick, it's like he was reaching.
Reaching. And I think also the Pusha T thing.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking about.
Yeah, because Pusha T really went personal with it. Because he heard some pillow talk, and then he just came at him with a hidden missile that he didn't know was coming. And I think that got him, so he was like, all right, I'm out of this. He didn't try to come back and push, you know, he's like this, you know what, I ain't got time for this stuff. I ain't about that stuff. I ain't going that deep with it. And then I don't know how the Kendrick thing started, But
I know.
I don't know how that beef started. Like, I don't know what
I
happened.
guess just egos.
Maybe that's what it happened. Cause I know a long time ago, like I know J. Cole and Kendrick were supposed to come out with a mixtape, but they never really did. And I was waiting on that though. I'm like, J. Cole, Kendrick mixtape? Oh hell yeah! Or them collabing together on an album, that would be so fire.
People don't really do mixtapes anymore, do they?
No, I don't think nobody does mixtapes like
I
that.
liked it when that was like the hype thing.
Oh,
You
hell
have your
yeah,
mixtape
bro.
coming out before the album.
Yep.
Yeah, and then
Ooh,
it just
I
had all
love
these
that.
fucking unpaid for samples
Yeah,
and everything
yeah.
on it. That shit was
Dude,
tight.
that
Yeah,
was
that was
so.
fun.
DJ Drama held it down with that.
Yeah,
With the mixtape stuff, I remember. My favorite Weezy is mixtape Weezy. Mixtape Lil Wayne was
Yeah,
the
he was dope.
shit.
Him and Joel Santana.
Dude, Joel's,
yeah.
all of them were just like, I would bump that hard, bro.
Yep.
Mixtape Weezy was, and then Carter 2 Weezy. Those are the two I was like, yes.
I like all the old Gucci Mane mixtapes.
Oh, the
those
Gucci
are
Man,
fire.
oh,
All the
and it
DJ
would hit
Holiday
so,
stuff.
it hit, bro.
That shit was fire. It was so fucking hood.
Oh yeah, man.
So low production and everything.
Yeah, everything was.
I loved it.
You could hear
It
it.
fit the aesthetic though, you know? 'Cause
Yeah.
that was Gucci back in the day.
Yeah.
Just like, yeah, it looked like he had no money.
You can tell the songs weren't really mixed that well. They just like, yo, put the beat on, I'm just gonna rap on it. Just put it on the album. Like, we mixing
And
that
Gucci
down.
always had jokes too.
Oh yeah, yeah.
That shit was funny. Do you remember him fucking clowning on T.I.?
Yeah.
Yeah, about his leather pants.
Yeah.
And how it's like hot in summer and like who the fuck is wearing leather pants?
Did you see the verses with him and Jeezy?
Yeah.
That was crazy. Where
That
he
was-
actually performed that song talking about killing his homie. He's like, what did he say? Ask your partners to go.
Yeah.
Whatever.
He said, so bring some more motherfuckers.
Yeah. I think that verse is one of the best ones. The only thing bad about that particular verse, it didn't have a crowd. If it would have had a crowd,
right.
yeah, like Dipset.
Because that was COVID. Yeah.
Yeah, like Dipset and Locks had that crowd. If Jeezy and Gucci Mane had a crowd like that, probably a fight would have broke out the way they was talking.
Yep.
Yeah,
But
it's
that
true.
would have been so live, bro, because that was really some legit beef they had with each other. Bodies got caught between that.
Did you ever read Gucci Mane's book?
No.
It's pretty good. He got the editor of XXL to fucking help him with that shit. So
Yeah.
that book is solid.
Really?
But he goes through that whole fucking like experience on what happened.
Really?
Yeah.
And it was pretty much self-defense, right? Like,
Yeah, so I think from what I remember, it was some chick was like hollering, talking about like she had a chain for sale or something like that. But I don't know. In the story, it sounds like maybe she just wanted to smash. It sounds like that's probably what Gucci thought. So he went over there and go to her apartment, and I think she like had left the room or some shit like that.
Yeah.
And then he's sitting on the couch and a bunch of dudes come in the front door. And he had a Desert Eagle that he set on a fucking kitchen table right behind him. He's sitting on the couch right there.
Wow.
So he says that he fucking like just goes over to the couch, grabs the fucking gun and just starts firing aimlessly.
Wow.
Because they're gonna get him.
Really?
Yeah. And it was about like they were saying that whole thing was about the fucking Freaky song. Because Jeezy wanted it on his album. But it was a Gucci Mane song.
Yeah.
And so he was trying to force him to fucking make him put it on his album.
All that over
Yeah.
a song?
Also, he just unloads a bunch of shots.
Yeah.
And then they find someone dead in the forest. Like a dude got hit and ran away, but fucking died on the run.
So he didn't get charged for that?
He did get charged.
Oh,
yeah.
but-
So that was that whole thing.
Oh, okay.
And then that's what he got off on. Yeah. So he lawyered up and fucking like self-defense, all that shit.
Oh, yeah, definitely self-defense. Ooh,
But that apparently was what it was about.
really?
I remember there was a Gucci meet and greet one time, and some PETA protesters went in there.
Because the first?
The fur coat, yeah, his fur coat. And he was just like, what the fuck? And it was funny, one of the comments said, man, Gucci done killed human beings. You didn't give a fuck about animals? But, yeah.
That's funny, man.
Bro, some of that shit was fucking hilarious, man. When he was like getting fat, they were talking about that. 'Cause he was like slowly losing his mind too. Like he just going off into psychosis and shit.
That's when he was fighting people at the mall and stuff?
Dude, he fucking they caught him walking on the side of the freeway and shit like that, just like fucking talking to himself or something like that. At one
Gucci?
point, yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Because this the one thing at a mall, I don't know if it's true, but I think I saw one thing where he was walking through a mall or walking somewhere, and he just had his shirt off. He was just walking. with shirt off, and he was big belly Gucci. So he had the belly, and his chain was like on top of his belly. And he was just walking around, and somebody went up to him or something, and he almost fought some dude at the mall or whatever.
That's crazy.
But once you have somebody come at you like that situation you described, you're gonna be paranoid all the time.
Yeah, and plus he's like already paranoid from all the drugs and fucking like moving that much weight. Because at one point he hooked up with the Zone 6 boys or something like that. You hear him screaming it in the albums.
Yeah.
That's some like huge fucking cocaine fucking gang that was just moving all that weight with like Shawty Low and all those guys. That's why those guys had fucking like foreign cars and shit. Like,
really?
Yeah, it wasn't from rap money at that point.
Wow.
And so he robbed them.
For real?
Yeah. And he had to fucking dip for a minute, bro. And this was like when he was still like coming up. Yeah. He wasn't like big famous. He wasn't big Gucci yet, you know? And so he had to just be on the run for a long time. That this was all in the book. Wow. And eventually he got so famous and he put, you know, Atlanta on so hard that Zone 6 was just like, come back home, Gucci. It's all good, man. We don't give a fuck anymore.
That's crazy.
That is crazy.
As far as El Paso, what are some of the biggest stars that's come through here? Like from here. Whatever happened to that dude that was famous a couple years ago? The R&B guy.
Khaled or something?
Khaled, yeah. Whatever happened to him?
I don't know, man. I mean, he was he still comes out with music and stuff.
Yeah, he's from here though, right?
Yeah, he was I think he originally was born in Atlanta, but he was military brat, so he pretty much got raised here in El Paso, I guess.
Yeah.
So, and then he pretty much calls El Paso his city. And yeah, man, he still comes through every once in a while, dog. Like it's I shouldn't say this on the podcast, but I'm gonna say it anyway. Supposedly, ain't nothing wrong with it, but supposedly he got ousted.
What is that?
His partner came out. Somebody came out and said,
"Oh, there he." Yeah, and then people. I think everybody kind of knew. He was
we already knew. It's not a big deal. It's like when Ricky Martin, like everybody was like, "Oh my God!"
You ain't fooling anybody.
Nobody. I was like this. The only person that was kind of shocked that Ricky Martin was gay was my mom, because she's Puerto Rican. So she's like, "¿Qué dice? Eres?" I like this, mom. He's gay. He's like, but he's such a beautiful man. He said, your dad he should be gay. Your dad is ugly. I was like, nah. Because my mom's like steady, hardcore Puerto Rican. So she rides for everybody that's Puerto Rican, no matter what it is. Same thing with J-Lo. You can't use any J-Lo slander in my house.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, no. Even when people talk about how much of a bitch she is, all these stories came out of her treating people messed up, it's because they're jealous. She's bonita and they're just jealous of her. Look how she carries. Look at her. She's flaquita and they hate that. They hate that she's 50 and she looks so good. And I'm like this. She does. But she's kind of a bitch. Sometimes you have to be a bitch, you understand? Look at your dad. I'm a bitch to him all the time. Look at him. And I'm like this. But she rides hard. She buys magazines with J-Lo's face on it.
Oh, yeah.
Mark Anthony, anybody that comes to El Paso and is Puerto Rican, you know Mark Anthony's coming, right? Let you know if you want to buy some tickets from me. You go see. I don't really like Mark Anthony like that. And that's why I really don't call you that much, because you don't like the music. I'm like, what? But she died. It's like she rides hard for her, like Puerto Rican artist. That's just the way she is. You can't say.
She like Fat Joe?
No, she don't like Fat Joe. That's one person she don't like Fat Joe.
Why not?
Because she said like this. He said something like this. He doesn't no habla español. He's just fat.
He's just fat. He's coming in the summertime too with Genuine.
Yeah, I heard. I saw that, man. Yeah. And you know what's? We were talking in the car, dog. That now, like, all our favorite artists are older now, dog. So they all uncles, dog. They're the unks and stuff. And now, because Genuine has such good music.
Yep.
I mean, he's probably made a lot of babies and a lot of generations of kids. And now, you see him now, dog, and you see the stuff where he fell off stage and stuff that, dog. And you're like, there goes Unk, dog. This Unk, dude.
Yeah. That poster you have of Fat Joe, man, he looks Chinese.
Oh, yeah, right?
You're calling him Fat Joe.
Oh, yeah, we saw the poster, dog.
Yeah, dude.
I remember that, bro. Nah,
you talking about the on the billboard?
Yeah, because he's got his button up all the way up, and he's like squinting, so his eyes are like slanted, and his face looks like a Chinese guy.
That was funny, dog. You said when in the elevator, he's like, yo, he looks like Chinese. I was laughing, dog.
That shit was funny.
Because not all our artists that we look up to, dog, like Snoop and everything like that, they're all wearing Skechers now, dog. And orthopedic shoes, and you're like, this, damn, we're getting old, bro.
Dude, Skechers were taboo back in the day. You couldn't get caught with that shit.
But now they're comfortable with shit.
It'd be like, you got Bobos.
But now, you see that. You see, like, they have, like, ads for Ben Gay and stuff like that. All the other artists we grew up with, you're like, yeah, but you better be, like, trying to bust the cap, and then your arthritis acts up. You're like, what?
Fucking Shaq. Icy hot.
Icy hot, you know what I'm saying? Oh, Shaq. Yeah, man, just stuff like that. It's good. I mean, it's good to. It's not a bad thing because a lot of, you know how some young kids, even my daughter's like, "Oh, you're old, Dad." I'm like this. It's not a. It's a good thing to get older. It's not a bad thing. People always go like this. I'm like, it's good to live your life. And some of these young kids tell my daughter, you're gonna get old. Yeah. And you want to get old. You want to be able to live your life and reflect on stuff and realize, oh, I was stupid what I did back then. Or you know what I'm saying? You want to have experiences. You don't want to be young and then be doing stupid stuff and then
being able to complain is a gift.
It is, bro. Telling kids to get the hell off your lawn is something that's a privilege. Like, get the fuck off my lawn, man.
Shit would put a smile on my face.
Get the hell off my lawn. Get a little, and I don't mean to sound like I respect and I understand some of this younger generation. I always tell him, some of the younger generation, maturity is mentality. It's not age. Because you meet some people that are older and they ain't mature still.
Yeah, they're stuck in their ways.
They're stuck in their ways, dog. Yeah. So it's like, but some of the younger kids, I met some young kids like just mentally like,
they're more on point.
You're more on point, bro. I learned a lot from them. I never stopped learning, bro. I never go like, oh, he young, so I ain't gonna listen to him. No, I be like, go tell me something, dog. Tell me something I don't know. And sometimes the young people be like, dog, we need to do this. Hey, old head, you need to do this, or. You learn from that, bro.
Then you get young people like some of my clients that come in, and we put a stencil on them, and they're like, "Is that shit backwards?"
Oh, really? Oh, because they're looking in the mirror.
Yeah, but they don't know that's how that's how it works. That shit fucking still surprises the shit out of me. Where I'm like, really? Yeah. I don't think that was a thing that really had to be taught. Like,
and then back in the day, like. With tattooing, and like I know, like in Japan, they do it differently.
No, that's the same shit, but there's like traditional.
That's what I mean. The traditional, the Japanese stuff, where they have to like individually, like they tap your skin like a million times.
Yeah, that one I think is called tabori.
That's what it's called.
Yeah, they got these badass like handles too. They got little dragon heads on it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so the tap ones, I don't think really the Japanese one. Yeah. More like the tribal ones, they'll do the tap thing. The tabori, they put it on the side and they stab the shit out of you. They're just like. Wow. It looks crazy as fuck because you see the skin going like this, right?
Yeah.
But when you see it heal, fucking heals clean. It's not that much trauma. It just looks like it's trauma. Yeah, but then when you know the mechanics behind like fucking tattooing, it makes sense. Mm-hmm. It looks brutal as shit. It's getting in there right away. Yeah. But you think about that, that's one stab, right? Yeah. Me just doing this, that's like, what, 100 fucking stabs in this area of like a millimeter? Yeah. So you see what I'm saying? So it's way more trauma. So you gotta be way more careful with this shit.
Okay, got you.
Are tattoos getting more accepted here in El Paso? Like,
just worldwide. Yeah. El Paso for sure is a big tattoo city. Yeah. There's a lot of fucking tattooers here. There's a huge market for it, you know.
So like getting a corporate job, is it a thing?
Not really. So you see doctors with sleeves and
you see a bunch of people.
Yeah, lawyers, fucking police officers.
They just have to wear, like if they need to cover it, they wear those fucking like black nylon mesh sleeve things, whatever, the cover-ups.
Yeah. I know before COVID, it was still kind of a thing. Even like our company, it was against the rules to be showing tattoos. It says in the handbook, but after COVID, when people were so short-staffed, like it's more accepted now.
Yeah, because even the military's fucking laxing out on that shit.
And I always said that there's gonna come a day where people with tattoos are gonna like start a movement like that's prejudice. If you don't hire me because I have tattoos.
Well, yeah, because you think about it too. These are the people that are gonna be running companies and starting companies and being the bosses of like things that are supposed to be respectable. And they're
Yeah.
covered in tats.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In New Mexico, the face tats, especially in Roswell,
Yeah.
it's like almost everybody has a face tat.
Really?
Yeah.
You know what's funny though? Like, so people that are like covered in tats and shit, like scary fucking cholos and shit like that,
Yeah.
they make great managers.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
these guys are like perfect management. Are you gonna tell a scary motherfucker something?
right.
They tell you what to do, you just do the shit. You
Yeah.
don't want to fuck it up because you're scared of them.
Do you do a lot of face tats?
Not a lot, but I've definitely done a handful. I just don't do them that often.
Yeah.
Yeah, not too many people coming in for face tats, most of my work is sleeves, adding to people's sleeves, or I'd say more than 50% is just like full composition of a sleeve now. That's kind of what I've been working towards for the last 3 years or so. Is just figuring out how do I compose everything so it makes like a solid piece. You see some of those are all mocked up sleeves.
Oh, okay. Cool.
And I like that because it's like long-term projects.
Yeah.
And I get to work on the same person, and usually most of my clients are pretty fucking cool. Yeah, so it's dope to hang out again.
Nice. Awesome. You don't have any tattoos?
Empty canvas, dog.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I don't have any tattoos.
What's the reason?
I don't know. Every time I change my mind too many times.
Yeah.
That's the thing, bro. Every time I go, oh, that's cool, and then I go, nah, I get this. Nah, I get this. I'm indecisive, so by the time I make a decision, I go like this. Nah, that's no point.
Right.
Yeah, man, because I change my stuff every time, dog.
Yeah.
The only thing I think if I was to get a tattoo, and I was telling him about it, there's two things. I probably would get a portrait of my daughter. I have one particular picture, and I showed it to him. If I was to get that, I would get tatted, and then I would get this is comedic. I would get the Joker is my favorite character, so I would get Heath Ledger Joker.
Oh, okay.
Mark Hamill Joker from the animated series.
Yeah.
And then Jack Nicholson Joker or Batman, and I would get it tatted on my arm, and then have a microphone in the middle, and all laughing in front of the mic.
Mark Hamill did the Joker voice?
Yeah.
That's sick.
An animated series. That's my favorite one. The animated Batman, in the cartoon back in the day. That's Mark Hamill, dog. I didn't know for a while. I was like this. Luke Skywalker was the voice of it. I never knew that it was Luke Skywalker from Star Wars.
Fucking cool, man.
Yeah, when he was the voice, and then one day they were interviewing him and they told him to do the laugh. Because he had that laugh that the Joker does in animated series. And he did the laugh. And I was like, oh my God, it's him. But you can never put the face to the laugh, to the voice. And he told himself once Conroy died, because the guy that does the voice for Batman that passed away a couple of years back. Yeah. He's like, I have no reason to do it anymore. So the last animated movie they did together was Infinite Crisis or something about the different dimensions. He said, I'm done. I can't do it without Kevin.
Wow.
Yeah. That's how dedicated he was to the role. And honestly, it was a good part of my childhood and a lot of people.
Really?
Yeah, honestly, if Mark Hamill showed up to the Comic-Con here in El Paso, it would sell out automatically just to get anything autographed. I would go grab my Batman animated series collector and I'd go like this. I'd be a little geek boy. Can you please please sign it, please? And I'll go, can you tat it on me?
Hamill, sir?
Yeah. And I'll come and match, can you tat a signature on my forehead? Please? A little geek boy shit. Because certain situations when you meet your idol, sometimes it's a bad thing. Because you have this picture in your head of how they look like. But then you don't want to turn into a fan bitch either. But sometimes you end up talking like that. When you meet somebody you look up to, you feel me?
Exactly. So, I met Tyrese.
Yeah.
And I wish I never met him.
Oh, shit.
For real?
Yeah, he was an asshole. I couldn't stand him.
The Transformer? Tyrese?
He was a dick. Well, I met him in 2008. He came to our casino. I don't know how he is now. Well, I don't know. Even his interviews now, he seems like a kid. But I always loved his music. I loved him in Baby Boy. Yeah. And then when I worked for him, being a DJ, he was a fucking asshole.
For really?
Yeah, I wish I would have never met him.
Damn,
bro.
So
when I met Bone Thugs and Harmony, like when I meet people now who I'm really starstruck by, I kind of give them their space. I'm not all up. Like when Bone Thugs and Harmony, when they walked in, I kind of just I wasn't like, oh my God, let's take a picture. I was just kind of like, keep back and let them do their thing because they don't want to be bothered. I think that's part of it, why celebrities are dicks. Yeah. And whenever me and Lazy Bone, we took that picture, it was kind of just like a nonchalant, they told him who I was. He went and thanked me. I thanked him. I was like, it's an honor to meet you. Lazy Bone, and then he's like, yeah, let's get up. My homie was like, just take a picture. And so it was real like.
Oh yeah, it's like
it was
natural.
real genuine, yeah, natural. I wasn't.
Yeah, it's unfortunate like that. Yeah, 'cause you try not to. Then you meet some people. I met some couple comedians where I'm just like, oh man, I thought you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I looked up to and I was like, damn, you're a dick, dog. You're an asshole. And I'm like, even then, when I asked for a picture, they just kind of like, they didn't want to do it. Or they kind of looked at me kind of fucked up, and they're like, I didn't even post it. When I took the picture, I was like, nah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't, because you kind of like, oh man, and I go like this, because sometimes when you meet people like you look up to or you want to be in a certain field they're in, you take pieces from them. You don't copy their stuff. You just go, I want to carry myself that way.
Yeah.
And then you meet some people and you go like this, I'm not going to carry myself that way. I want to be the opposite of what you're doing. I don't want the energy out there like that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It trips you out, bro. It really does. And
I met Gabriel Iglesias, and he's actually my favorite comedian of all time. Gabriel Iglesias.
Nice.
Fluffy?
Man.
Yeah, bro.
And it was because people would say that me and him were twins when I was as big as him. Yeah.
Yeah.
So there's a picture on Instagram. You go look at it. We're both wearing Hawaiian shirts.
Yeah.
We took that picture together. It's hilarious, and yeah, he was just a real cool dude. I remember when I was dressed up like that, and I was walking down to go to work, marketing that day, and people thought I was him. They were like, "Oh, Fluffy!" Like everywhere I was going, they thought I was him. And then even when he went on stage, he's, "Oh, yeah, look at my clone." And, so it was cool to meet him, and he's my favorite comedian of all time. So meeting him was definitely cool.
Yeah.
George Lopez was real cool. I actually got to party with George Lopez.
Oh yeah?
Oh yeah.
That's cool, man.
Yeah.
How was he like?
Yeah, does he party hard?
Yeah,
He looks like it.
He was drunk at 11 a.m. in the morning.
You seen him now?
Yeah, he looks crazy with the beard and the long hair.
Yeah, I read something on why he looked like that. He went through something. Something happened to him.
Yeah, he looked homeless.
Yeah, because he's all sort of fucked up.
Damn, dog.
Yeah, if you see his new special, he looks way different.
Really?
Yeah, like in a kind of bad way.
Yeah, he looks like a homeless dude.
Yeah, that's why I Googled it. I was like, okay, what the fuck is going on with him? Like,
Wow, bro.
Some people have told me that he's a dick, but he was real cool to me. He didn't remember me, but when I seen him in San Diego, and I told him where I was from.
Yeah.
He's like, "Oh, I remember the golf course," like, because he went golfing at the casino.
Yeah.
So he was a real cool dude, and we got to kick it, and have a couple drinks together that night.
Oh, that's cool, man.
Yeah.
fucking hell yeah, bro.
George Lopez. Who else? Who's y'all's favorite comedian? Who do y'all look up to?
Dude, man, that's too many, bro. I can't. It's to the point now I can't put everybody in a category and say it's my favorite, but
Really just depends what we're talking about.
yeah, man, it's too many comedians that I like, man. It's like a lot. But my first one that really got me into comedy was when I saw Chris Rock, and this is like the leather suit wearing Chris Rock, and how he would go back and forth on the stage, and he had like one hoop earring. And I remember, I think his special was Bring the Pain, and I saw it on Comedy Central, and I was like this. And I was always funny, but I was like, oh, man, I want to do that.
Yeah.
And you could tell he was just like this. He took over the whole stage, dog. And he would walk at a big-ass stage, and he was a skinny dude, and he was just walking. Yeah. And he kept walking, and like, da-da-da-da-da-da. And I saw the backstory on what happened. That particular special, he was practicing it before he came out, but he ate a dick a week or two before the special came out.
What do you mean?
He went on before. It was him and Martin Lawrence. He went on before Martin Lawrence. I think after. I can't remember. I think before. He ate a dick. Like he was like this. He was practicing his shit. The energy, whatever it was off. He got off. Martin went on after him and fucking murdered. And he's like this. I gotta change my shit.
Wow.
Because he saw Martin Lawrence do his shit, but he was uncut.
Also, he bombed that night.
He bombed.
Yeah.
And he saw Martin do his thing. He was like, okay, I'm not bringing the energy that I gotta not copy him, but he's like, I gotta be true to self, and I gotta fucking. Because what I'm doing right now, this ain't it.
He need to step up his game.
Same thing with who was it? Jamie Foxx did the same thing. We was talking to Jerry Seinfeld. He was comedian in cars drinking coffee. I love that fucking
Oh yeah, that was
special,
a
by
good
the way.
show.
And he talked about he got an ego. Jamie Foxx was like, man, I was walking around, thought I was a shit, I put on a little bit of weight. He said my jokes changed. I started talking about Range Rovers and my mansion and how big the room was. And he ever had a pool full of champagne? You know what I'm saying? Like stuff like that. And he was like, And one day he was practicing his stuff, and he walked outside, and he was like, he heard a big roar. He's like, dude, who the fuck is that? And he opened the door, and it was Chris Tucker.
Oh.
Killing it, like killing it. He was like, I wasn't getting laughs like that. He's like, you know what? Fuck this. And he said he changed after he got the Oscar. He said, my whole thing changed. And he went to his publicist and said, here, keep the Oscar. I don't want it. It's changing me. Keep it. He had to go back to the grind. He said he had to go back. He started doing comedy, going to different, eating a dick a couple of times.
Yeah, you gotta bomb it out.
He bombed it out and then got back to his flow. But he said that humbled him.
Yeah.
Wow.
Seeing Chris Tucker do his shit, I saw some young kid. I was like, who the fuck is this dude getting on these laughs? It was Chris Tucker, dog.
Wow.
And sometimes it's that humbling experience.
Yeah.
That's why I love comedians in cars while drinking coffee, because just comedians talking. I think one of my favorite episodes is Jerry Seinfeld and Dave Chappelle, when they were talking outside, like just drinking a coffee thing.
Oh, okay.
And Dave Chappelle we're just chill, dog. They just chilling, talking about coffee. And he had one with Ellen DeGeneres. That was one of my favorite ones and shit. Like just chilling, talking, shooting the shit. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man.
Is there a comedian that you guys just hate? That you're like, why the fuck are they even famous? Is it, why do these people even like him?
I can't say, bro.
For me, it's Kevin Hart.
For real?
Yeah, I sit there and I try to like Kevin Hart. His movies are funny. Soul Plane,
Yeah.
I liked him in Soul Plane. And that other one, that Netflix movie he put out a couple years ago, that was I can't remember the name of it, but it was a real good series, Netflix series.
Was it the one with him and Wesley Snipes?
Yeah.
That was a good
it was
movie,
real good.
bro.
His movies are good,
Yeah.
but his stand-up, I'm not even laughing. When I sit there and I'm like, what the fuck, people think this is funny? I don't know what it
You know, but one thing about comedy, it's like wine, dog. It's an acquired taste of what
Yeah,
like.
absolutely.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
That's why like comics talk about that, like finding your audience. It's like a big thing because not everybody's gonna like you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You find the people that do. That's your audience. Those are the peeps you're performing for.
Because I think with some comedians, I think just it depends on the special. Because I remember Kevin Hart. I think the special I liked from him is he had two. It was Little Big Man, and the other one he did when like Shaq was in the audience. That one's pretty funny because he was imitating Shaq, and that shit was hilarious.
Yeah,
he was like, that's when Shaq was playing with LeBron James and the Cavs.
Oh,
it was older Shaq. He was chubby Shaq. He's like, yeah, Shaq goes for a rebound, and he goes, oh, he misses it. He goes, oh, he rolls over all slow and shit. And LeBron was cracking the fuck up because it was true. And he's like, look at the coach, look at this motherfucker. Somebody get Shaq. He's like, oh.
That's the one where he's talking about Shaq's kid coming over or some
Oh,
shit
yeah,
like
it
that, and then he's like the same size as his kid.
Oh, that was Cat Williams.
Oh, that's
Cat
Cat
yeah,
Williams.
he's
Cat
like,
Williams.
he said that like he was talking to his kid, and he said the kid's dick be on his forehead because he's so tall. He was like, yeah, I think it was Cat Williams, dog. This shit was funny, man.
Didn't Kevin Hart have something like that too though? I
What?
feel like I remember.
You might have a point. I'm thinking of Cat, but I think Cat was talking about Shaq. Maybe you're right. Maybe he's talking about his kids.
Cat Williams is one of my favorite too.
Oh, he's coming.
Yeah, he's coming this summer in Mount Gods.
It's gonna be an outside show.
Outside show, yeah.
How's that gonna be? Because I've never been on an outside show, comedy show that's live like that.
It's right there, right in front of the lake.
Really?
Yeah, right in front of the lake, and we set up like 200 seats.
Yeah.
And then those tickets, go for more.
Oh yeah.
But then we have general admission, and you can bring your lawn chair and sit out.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, so it's a nice, it's always perfect days, perfect weather.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then we open. So the past shows, the way they went is we open doors early, so people get there early.
Yeah.
And then I DJ. Then we've had people open up. We've had like different people.
Yeah.
We've had Tommy Black open up one time.
Oh, yeah, for
we've
like
had
the
Rich
yeah.
Williams.
Yeah.
Rich Williams, you know him?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's opened up for he opened up for Snoop Dogg actually.
That's cool,
Yeah,
man.
yeah. And as far as the comedian, I don't know how this one's gonna go, but it's gonna be great.
How do you like? The only thing I'm worried about with outside shows is, you said the weather's gonna be nice to get it predicted,
Yeah.
though, because you don't know how windy or Mother Nature want to act up that day. And how do you get the thing is, how do you get the sound system
Yeah.
that good with the area that wide? How
We
do
have
you,
it covered. We spent a lot of money for that.
Really?
Yeah, we have it the whole dome. It's like a dome stage, and it's covered. So when it rains, we thought I was so nervous when we had a jaw roll in Ashanti.
Yeah.
We thought we were gonna have to cancel because it did start raining, but thank God by the time the show was started, it stopped.
Oh, I forgot you guys had Jaru and Ashanti
Jaru
over there.
Ashanti, that was
The
one of the
question I
toughest
have to ask, I know she's an engaged woman now, and she already had a kid. But this is before she had the kid or whatever. And everything I would see her, she was beautiful.
Yeah.
So how was it when in person when you saw her?
Oh my God.
Yeah, that's what I'm curious too.
Just as beautiful, maybe even more. She's amazing in person, yeah.
Dude, she aged like fine wine,
Yup.
bro.
And I was pissed because she was late to sound check, and I'm having to run that opening show.
Yeah.
I'm the DJ, and I have to have all the rappers because we had a lot of rappers that day open up.
Yeah.
And I'm stressed out, and I'm pissed that she's taking forever to get there. And I was like, man, thinking, oh, fucking Ashanti, who does she think she is? Coming this late to the show to set up and do her sound check. And then whenever she got on that stage, I was like, oh my God, I couldn't even say nothing. I was like, yeah, that's why, because she's Ashanti. Nobody gives a fuck about the opening show. That's because she's Ashanti.
It's like, hi.
Yeah, she's beautiful. She's beautiful and she's amazing. I like her. Honestly, I like her more than Beyonce.
Really?
Yeah. I really don't. I'm not really a fan of Beyonce that much. I was always the fan of Ashanti when she recorded that music with rest in peace Irv Gotti.
Yeah.
All her music, I could listen to her album from beginning to end. I love
She has
all
a so good soulful voice.
Yeah.
And the way, dude, it's just, yes, I don't blame Nelly for going back to that.
Right,
Nelly was
right.
like this, I'm going back. I gotta go back. I don't blame it. Cause that, man, I was like, wow. You're seeing her, I saw pictures and I was like, cause some of the artists, when they get older, they just age and,
People get old, bro.
get old, bro. But I was like, I can't say, I know Beyonce, I've been to a concert of hers, but I know people that have, and I know for the most part, her stuff is like basically an event, because it's like,
She has like a cult following.
yeah, dude,
Yeah,
like
the Beehive and all this and that.
dude, they go hard for her. I think Ashanti has a following too, though,
She
man.
has, yeah, but I like Ashanti better than Beyonce.
Yeah?
I don't know what it is, but yeah, I always thought Ashanti's music was better and she was beautiful. And
I think Beyonce, I remember, like, I know Kelly Rowland.
Yeah.
She looks beautiful. Like, I mean, she's married to, no, I'm not trying to start in it. But I'm just saying, like, some aren't kind of like, wow, the way, some people just, the way they age, it's like, kind of go like, how do you?
Who's Kelly Rowland married to?
She's married to, like, I think some football player, ex-football player or something like that. So it's just some cats, some women just, or people in general, but like Jennifer Aniston, people like that just kind of like.
And Ashanti is married to who?
Nelly.
Nelly? Okay.
Nelly went back to that, bro. He like this. Yeah, I'm gonna go back to this. I don't blame him at all.
right, you know, she used to be with Irv Gotti. You know,
Yeah, I heard about that, bro.
rest in peace, Irv Gotti.
Yeah, I heard
he
about
was
that.
the guy I looked up to.
Yeah.
'Cause that's so. My dream was always to be a big rapper.
Yeah.
Now I want to be an executive producer, like what he does. You know, he was a legend in my eyes. Irv Gotti.
Oh, you put stuff together. You wouldn't have DMX without him.
Right?
Yeah.
He's responsible for DMX, Jay-Z, Ja Rule,
Ja Rule, putting them
Ashanti,
together.
and
So
who else?
I don't know if it's. I wouldn't say Nas.
He produced a lot of Fat Joe's records. too.
Yeah, so he did a lot of things, but I think the main thing he's attached to is DMX. Because he
Yeah.
gave
And
DMX.
Ja Rule too. Of
Ja
course,
Rule,
yeah.
then DMX.
Yep.
Because he put them on there like together.
He
and
put
stuff.
Jay-Z out too?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh shit, I didn't know that.
He got Jay-Z's the one that gave him his name, Gotti, because they were working like at the Hit Factory
Yeah.
in New York, and he's like, I'm gonna call you Gotti because you put out hits or something like that.
Yeah.
You know. But man, Irv Gotti, I didn't think he got the credit he deserved when he was alive. Like he was definitely one of the most amazing
Yeah,
producers.
he was, man, for
He
his
was
time.
just as good as Dr. Dre in my eyes. Just as good as a.
What? I wouldn't. all
Well,
right.
Dr. Dre's an artist too, though.
Yeah, artist too, but you
Yeah.
got to say, I think he was a good executive producer, but I think, in my opinion, I think Irv Gotti was good at putting things together.
Absolutely.
I think Dr. Dre is more on the producer side. That you couldn't, because he's the executive producer, but he actually produced the beats. I don't think
Yeah.
Irv Gotti produced beats like that.
No, well, yeah, he didn't make the beats as good as Dr. Dre. I see what you're saying.
Yeah,
But yeah, he wasn't an artist as well too. He was just strictly
yeah.
the executive.
He's kind of like, all right, I'm not gonna compare the two because I know it's blasphemous, but he's kind of like DJ Khaled.
Well, do you like DJ Khaled? He's amazing to me.
He's all right, but he's just good at putting people together in a room.
Well, no, he knows his music too. Have you ever seen him DJ? He's a fucking.
I'm sure that's why DJ
He's a-
Khaled, but I
yeah.
just don't think he's I wouldn't put him on the same level as Irv Gotti or Dre or nothing like that.
I would.
What?
Yeah,
No,
and I know I'm gonna
bruh.
get a lot of like backlash for that.
Why would
but
you do that?
Because the song "Hold You Down."
Yeah.
That's a perfect example. That song should have won a Grammy, I think. To put that together, to put the beat, he's the one that orchestrated the beat, and he's the one that put all them Chris Brown, Future, to make that song. The video was amazing, and for him to go viral, a fat dude, the way he looks, the way he acts, for him to go viral and make millions, that guy's amazing to me. He's one of my idols too, DJ.
I get it, being a DJ, I get it, but I'm just like, he cool, but I just don't put him on the same level as that. You know, I just can't do it.
Is
bro.
he kind of annoying to you? A lot of people say he's annoying.
Kind of. I mean, he don't mean to be, bro. He's just doing what he got to do.
Didn't he say he don't eat pussy?
Oh yeah, he did say that. Yeah. Charlemagne asked him. He was like, "Did you eat the box?" He's like, "Hell no." Yeah, that's weird.
Yeah, man. It's just.
Yeah, he's interesting.
That's why because I think he got humbled because he came out with an album and had a bunch of artists on there. Then Tyler the Creator came out with an album, and he was kind of like throwing shots at Tyler the Creator.
Oh yeah, I remember this.
Yeah, and then Tyler the Creator didn't say nothing. He just let the work speak for itself.
Yeah.
And they both debuted the same week, and guess what came out of #1? Tyler the Creator. Beat him in sales, beat him in streams, everything. And Tyler the Creator went on a podcast and just was chill like this. I let him stew in it. He was saying he's the best, he's #1 or whatever, throwing shots at me or whatever. But now he has to sit in it. I beat him. Now he has to live with that. He had everybody on his album. I only had that many people. I did my thing. And he has to live with that.
And Tyler drives off in a golf cart.
Yeah.
That shit was awesome.
And that's how that's why I was like, that's good. You know, I respected that more. Just saying, like, that's just me.
Yeah.
Yeah. DJ Khaled's cool, but I put Dr. Dre. I put
Kanye West.
Before that he lost his mind.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You think he really lost his mind, or he does that just for clout, like everybody else?
Now now it just seems like clout chasing to me. That's what it seems like.
Well, it's like our society just loves that shit.
No, I think people are getting tired of it now. At this point.
Did you watch the Donda documentary?
Yep.
Yeah, so you saw how his mom was, right?
Yeah.
So then you see exactly.
Yep.
Yeah, he's like spitting images. That fucking crazy is, yeah.
I guess, bro, but now it's not to the point now. Like I think he's putting off his fans, dog. Like at first they're like, "Well, you're a genius. He can say whatever. He's a genius. He's a genius." Now it's just like this. All right, man, you need to shut the fuck up now. Like, it's getting a little too to the point where it's like,
Yeah.
And I like Kanye. I
The
love
whole White Lives Matter and putting a swastika thing.
Yeah, it's just It's just to the point now. It's like, okay, I get it. He is a genius, but musically, but reality-wise, what are we doing? You feel me?
Yeah.
What are we doing?
It's crazy.
Yeah, it's to me, it's no meaning behind it. Maybe he's trying to come up with something, but it's like sometimes the simplest things can be the ones that impact the most.
You know, I feel like we're looking for meaning in it, like how the Joker has meaning in his shit.
Yeah.
You know? It'd be like, I just do things. And then shit's, and turns out all fucking crazy ass plan. But with Kanye, it falls short of being like this mastermind plan.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know what he's getting at. I miss the old Kanye.
I think it's like as long as people are talking about you.
Yeah.
You know, good or bad, and then you're gonna. As long as he gets talked about, he's gonna get money. He's gonna.
Yeah, see, but you say you let people talk about you. You don't come up and start talking.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's like Michael Jordan. He never says he's the GOAT. Everybody says he's the GOAT. But Michael Jordan never go like this. I'm the GOAT. He let other people talk. He don't never have to say nothing. That's why I like Michael Jordan. He's like one of my top athletes. He never goes around. He never puts on any eras. He never goes all this and that. He goes, look, it's a different era. You can't compare the two. We all played. I would like to play those guys, but I didn't. So I can't compare myself to them because I didn't play them.
Right.
You know, I only compare the cats I play with. So it's just stuff like that. When you let other people tell you how great you are, you don't have to speak.
I like Crazy Kanye being in the world more than I would like it if he wasn't in the world. Do you know what I mean? I'd rather him be here doing this fucked up shit than not.
I know, yeah, of course.
Yeah.
I just think
It's entertaining.
It is. You know what I mean? Like,
but not. I think to me, it's just losing its luster at this point. It's just to the point where it's just like, all right, man. To the point where you start crying out, "Wolf!" Everybody's just to the point now. It's like,
just don't care.
I don't care anymore. It's that crazy dude, that crazy dude on the curb. The world's gonna end. After a while, you go, "Oh man, the world's gonna end." But after a while, like, okay, man, he's just crazy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You just let him talk. Man, let me get my church of chicken and go home. Man.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So it's going to come to that point. And I hate it's happening that way, but that's how it's going to end up, dog. I miss the old Kanye, yeah.
Yeah.
Because that Kanye was influential, his style, everything else was just, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. But for me, the cat I looked up the most was Pharrell.
Oh, really?
That's the guy. Neptune's Pharrell.
Yeah, he's dope.
He's underrated in my book.
Yeah, he definitely is.
Because just the way he carried himself, he was very confident, but he wasn't cocky. He just walked around.
He brought a whole different genre of his
He did. That's why I liked him.
Yeah.
And me being a geek, I was like, this is the kind of guy. I wasn't just a cool geek like him though. I was just a geek.
Do you know he did the Rum Shaker beat?
Oh yeah, you were telling me that one about it.
Zoom, 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 zoom.
Oh, really?
zoom.
Yeah.
Wow. He won a contest when he was like 16 or some shit. And it was to make a beat for like Teddy Riley or some shit like that. And he ended up making that track.
Oh.
Yeah.
I never knew that.
And that was pretty much like the start of his career, like his push to like do that for.
My favorite song from him was that one he did with Jay-Z, where Jay-Z features at the end, where he has that real high-pitched voice. It came out in like 2003.
But I Just Wanna Love You.
No,
that's
it was the one where in the video
Justin Timberlake.
he had a half pipe in the video.
Yeah.
Wearing the polo.
That's the joint I like. Yeah. It's
He was the first one to like bring that kind of style, like that nerdy, geeky style, but it was cool.
Oh, you talking about the front video?
Yeah,
I remember that. Because honestly, when I saw that video and videos like that, I was like, man, see, you can have a party, nobody gets stabbed.
Right.
You feel me? He brought that kind of vibe. Like if I was to be like, that's what like the Pharrell, like he had Lauren London in that and some other, and the girl I had a crush on in that video was the dark skinned chick.
Oh,
Cause he had Laura London and he had that dark skinned girl, and I was like, this, man, who's that dark skinned girl? Her skin looked so like beautifully dark, it looked like it was painted on, and she's beautiful. You know who her baby daddy is?
Who?
You never guess. Nick Cannon.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I looked her. I tried to find her. Who's this chick? Cause see, she's older now, and Nick Cannon already got to her, dog.
Wow.
Nick
That's
Cannon.
crazy. Mariah.
I like this. Nick Cannon got good taste, dog. I give him that.
Yeah.
He got 10 baby mamas, but he got good taste, dog. He got good taste. I was like this. Damn, Nick.
That Wild 'N Out is a whole nother crazy show. Would you ever go on that?
I would, but I'm not really good at improv like that.
How much of that do you think is really improv, though? Do you think they practice that?
They have to. I think the rhyming part, they have to practice.
Yeah, they have to. They have to do that show, I would say, at least 3 times before they actually go out.
Yeah.
Oh, like rehearsals?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so too, dog. It's the way it has to be like that.
It's a good show, though.
I liked it, man. I liked that show, dog. It was, man. That was a good show, man. I know. I don't mean to go back to Pharrell, but he's one of my favorite artists.
Yeah.
It was that one. They had one video that I really liked with him and Snoop. It wasn't beautiful. It was the other one where they had like a house party and shit, and they were like that. And Snoop had like a fro and shit, and that's the vibe I got. Like that's Pharrell. Man, Pharrell's my guy, man.
I don't remember what that was.
I forgot the video name, dog. I should look it up right now so we talking and shit. But yeah, I remember that it was just a good vibe, bro. And if I ever threw a house party, that's how I would want it. A bunch of red cups, everybody just chilling. Like people jumping in the pool with their clothes on and shit. Just stupid shit like that.
Yeah.
But everybody goes home and everybody's good, you know?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So what's the goal for y'all in comedy? How far do you guys want to take your career?
As far as it'll take me, bro, my personal opinion.
All the way, man. I want to fucking be able to sell out theaters and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to be able to like to do comedy full time, man. You know, be on the road. You know, be on a lot of platforms. You know, just doing my thing and putting out the energy that the world needs. You know, that's exactly what I want to do, dog. I know sometimes you're always positive. It's just I try to be that way because the world's so negative at times. You know, and I don't want to be engulfed in that negativity. You know?
Absolutely. And I think comedy really saves. It's an escape.
Yeah.
You know, from the world. I remember. Well, so when my little brother passed away, it was one of the worst times of my life.
Yeah.
And I remember every Wednesday, I just looked forward to comedy because I could escape those thoughts I was having. And I remember having a conversation with Sam Butler about this. I was like, man, comedy saved me. It brought me out of that depression. So.
It does, man. Whatever you find out of it, man.
Yeah.
like I said, everybody has to find their vices, dog. And I know everybody at times can't go to therapy and or afford therapy or whatever, so they need something, some kind of outlet. So I tell people, if you find an outlet, just make sure it's something positive and something that you love to do that can also bring a good light to the world and other people. You know, try to find that. Don't let whatever is negative consume you, and then you bring out that negativity to everybody else.
Yep.
So you're just doing the cycle of bringing that. Just don't be like that. It's hard. People go, oh, you're positive. It's hard to be positive all the time. It's not easy, bro.
Right.
It really is hard. Believe me, I want to smack the shit out of people.
It takes practice, man. Every day you're positive, it's easier to do it the next day.
Yeah.
You know? But that first day is going to be hard.
Yeah.
So last night was the first time I ever went to the comic strip.
How you like it?
It's dope.
Yeah?
Yeah, it's cool. It was a great show. John Stringer.
Oh, man, that's the dude right there,
Yeah, that guy's cool as shit,
bro.
bro.
I love his jokes, dog. His premise and how he uses it.
Yeah.
And like he writes good jokes. And I remember I hosted for him at one time, and he was digging my jokes and shit, because it's mostly like I talked about just my dad and me being a dad, and he liked some of the clever stuff I did with it. So he was appreciated the writing. Yeah.
He's very natural on stage.
Oh yeah, dude. He comes
He
off.
performs so fucking well. It's like you could easily just imagine him like, you know, at a family function or some shit. Like this is how he is.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So that place has been here since 1986.
Yeah.
Who's the biggest person that you guys know of that's been through that comic?
Oh man, I think a lot of, cause he has a bunch of pictures on the wall, man. So I know he said like, I think Jim Carrey,
Oh wow.
Jerry Seinfeld. I think he's been there at one point or another. Everybody's cut their, for the most that club, man. Everybody's cut their teeth on that. All the up and comers.
Really?
Yeah, man.
Yeah, they were saying Gabriel Iglesias started there.
Yeah.
Or had got some kind of.
Yeah, I think he was when he was doing I think Last Comic Standing in that year when he lost that. Gabriel
yep,
lost.
I
He came
remember,
in third or something.
Yeah, he did.
And out of all those comics in that room, he's just still the one that's steady. I'm sure they're all doing their thing out of that.
Yeah.
But he's the one that kind of blew up out of all that shit, consistent. And you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It proves that he didn't even win.
That's an example of that thing, man. That the universe isn't gonna give you what you want. It's gonna give you what you need.
Yeah.
That's probably what he needed to like, all right, I can win this. I'm winning life.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And now what I see him doing, dog, which is a great thing. Like, because I heard nothing but good things about him. But he also gives back to other comics. I've seen other comics that I've known and I've been either hosted for or
Gabriel?
traveled with. He's put them on.
Yep.
He's put them on, bro.
There's some Native American comedians who blew up because he took them on the road.
Dude, he's giving it back, bro. And not too many comics do that.
Yeah.
Not too many comics do that.
Why do you think that is?
I don't know.
Do you think it's egos? Or I think it's just like any other thing in art. Some people, they look at it too much as a competition. But one thing I learned, especially like in my small community, like you're saying, all the DJs hang out and get together. There's enough for all of us, and we all have our own. I noticed if you just be yourself and not compete and run your own race, like you'll be fine. It'll work out.
I totally agree.
And I think with comedy, it's the same thing. As long as you be yourself and just run your own race.
Yeah.
Right? That's
Honestly,
what it comes down to.
that's all it is. And that's why I know you're having Cat Williams. That's why I respect Cat Williams a lot. Because everybody talks about the Club Shay Shay interview and all that stuff that he did. But the thing I admire about Cat Williams is what he gave back. There's a lot of stories that aren't told. What he's done for a lot of comedians. Yeah. But people, he doesn't want to shine for it. He just does it because he genuinely wants to do that because that's the person he is. And I think people don't see that from him. And he doesn't brag about it. He doesn't go around, I did this, he doesn't say nothing that much. Yeah. He doesn't, but other comics speak up for him and say, hey man, by the way, I was down on my last dime and somebody came and helped me out and it was Cat. Wow. And he doesn't talk about it, he doesn't brag about it. He never says, I did this, or I deserve this guy did this. And the Club Shay Shay shit was hilarious to me.
Yeah, it was crazy.
Because it was just, I think he was just talking and it just, whatever you take out of it, it was so entertaining. I watched it from beginning to end because it was so entertaining the way he was going at it. But I think he was just more poking fun and just messing around. For me, that's how it was. And some of the stuff he spoke came to fruition.
Yeah, it became true.
Yeah, because that Diddy stuff, he was like, everybody gonna get ousted and da-da-da-da. And then you'd be like this, oh shit. Like all the stuff he like, it's gonna be told. And everybody's like this, oh, yeah. And then Shannon Sharp talked about, he was like, oh, there's a lot of stuff left on the table. Like he said he might have Cat back again.
Wow.
Because there's a lot of stuff he didn't talk about. And I'm like, what didn't he talk about?
Yeah.
That's what tripped me
Yeah,
out.
he fell off for a little while, Cat Williams.
You think so?
So yeah, he's definitely come back though. Like,
Yeah.
after that interview,
Yeah.
and after all that. But so I remember in 2007 was it when he was wearing that green suit and he was on stage.
Yeah.
That was one of the most hilarious specials I've ever seen.
Oh yeah, dude, that shit was so raw, bro.
And then I think after that, like a year later,
Yeah.
he had that moment that went viral where he was talking shit to that Mexican dude in the crowd, where he was saying, "If you don't like this country, get out," or whatever.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, like, and I think that brought him down a little bit. Then there was a couple other instances where he got beat up by a little seventh grade kid.
Yeah, I got choked out.
Oh, yeah.
He made fun of that too, dog. He said, we were both the same size.
And then he had a couple other ones where he was fighting, and I think he was on stage with Young Jeezy, and Young Jeezy, like, he was, oh, everybody wants to play gangster tonight, let's play. It was like a big old thing. And it was like Cat Williams, it was almost his downfall. But I think he's definitely back better than ever.
Yeah, I remember that there was a couple of, I remember that. And I think I guess I don't want to compare it to Kanye, but I guess if you're like a comedic genius, at times people go, okay, he went a little crazy. All right, it's understandable. You know what I'm saying? People kind of understand it.
Yeah.
Like Richard Pryor, stuff like that, you kind of go like this. And you look at his background and what happened, you go like this. Okay, you understand why he's like that. Because him being like if you go to Richard Pryor's story, I think his mother was
To a prostitute or something.
prostitute or something like that. And then he lived in a brothel. That'll fuck you up in itself, right there, seeing your mom tricking and stuff, and having to go through that shit. You're gonna be a little fucked up.
Yeah.
And don't tell him what else he's been through they didn't talk about. So it's like, but he became a comedic genius out of all the hardships he went through.
Right.
But
Could y'all imagine being that famous and people in your business that much? Do you think y'all could take that pressure? Like, let's say you blew up. Let's say you guys both blew up. Netflix special. You guys selling out theaters, selling out shows, and then everybody was in your business like that.
Yeah.
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 How do you think you would deal with it?
Well, I've had a taste of it a few times.
Oh, really? What
Yeah,
happened?
this like toy thing that we used to sell just like fucking blew out of the water. And we would show up to like events that we threw at like shopping malls and shit. And they would have to like shut them down because they were just overloaded with fucking, probably around like high school kids and college kids and adults. Yeah. And so it was just insane. Like that kind of shit.
I see.
You'd have to sign autographs fucking like all day, have to dip out.
Oh, really?
because, Yeah.
What toy? That's the.
The ball and cup toy, the kendamas.
So you guys.
Yeah, me and a handful of people got like stupid famous in that world, and then it just started blowing up everywhere.
Really?
And so did that for a good like 7 years of it being like really fucking heavy.
What year was that?
I think it started around fucking maybe 2011 or something like this, and then it started like taking off in little pockets in different cities. So we'd travel around the U.S.
That's cool.
Mostly on the West Coast at first. Then Minnesota, another company popped up, and they're the homies too. Shout out Sweets Kendamas.
Nice. So y'all put a patent on it?
No,
Y'all
no,
created it?
that's already it's a Japanese fucking skill toy.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it just like blew up. We just happened to help fuel that fire. Because it wasn't really doing much before we started like promoting it and fucking around with it. Then I started painting them, the art thing.
That's cool.
And turns out like the materials I was using, they left a sticky coat on the top of it. So it made it like cheating. So it changed the whole fucking game. And then that's how I blew up, like as far as my role in that. But yeah, dude, we traveled around everywhere and fucking, I'd go to Japan like several times a year to fucking do this thing.
Really?
People would have my t-shirt. They'd have my face on a t-shirt.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
and they would say my last name. They wouldn't put Sour Mash. They would say Pilkington. Pilkington.
that's cool, man.
Dope.
Yeah, it was stuff like that. But like literally the malls getting shut down on a couple occasions. I think that happened in Visalia. And I think it also happened in Hawaii, but I wasn't at the Hawaii one.
Wow.
But
So
yeah,
you
so
would
it's
take
like,
pictures, sign autographs, and
Yeah.
do all that. You got to taste
I
it.
got paid like appearance fees at these things.
Really? Wow, bro.
Yeah, so
No, no,
it's
no.
like you just sort of deal with it. You definitely get frustrated when I can't even fucking like there's a line of fucking people wanting their kendama sign. You sign their toy, right? The line just keeps getting bigger, which means I can't fucking leave without being a piece of shit. So I've got to be here. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
so
yeah.
you learn. You learn from these experiences and shit. That's why the other day when fucking what's his face? Patrick Warburton. When he dipped all quick, that's why I recognized that. I was like, oh, I think I know what he's doing. He didn't want to stand there and be stuck in the sea of fucking having to do shit like that, you know? So you just kind of like get a few and dip and do it respectfully.
Yeah.
That was smart.
Because these people are your fans and shit, you know? They do like you and they like what you do. That's why they're there, so.
Yeah.
But that's why I think I'll be fine, you know?
I see. And you? How do you think you'll be?
No, you know what, dude? I know when to separate myself from situations.
Yeah.
And I'll be respectful, but then you kind of go into your little zone by yourself and kind of get away from the hustle and bustle of everything. Refresh yourself and then go back at it again.
Yeah.
That's what I would do. I'm pretty much calm individual most of the time.
You live and learn, man. That's all it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, you'll be put in a situation, and then you'll have to fucking ride it through, and then you'll be like, okay, I know what to avoid next time.
Yeah.
Exactly, bro.
I think being older makes it easier too. I think being famous and being young would be a disaster. Like for me, if I was famous when I was in my late teens, early 20s, it would have been a disaster.
Dude,
Yeah.
for sure.
'Cause I know I would have did a lot of shit and bought a lot of shit I wasn't supposed to be buying.
Right.
That's why I don't really trip on the kids. Oh, he bought this. I'm like, look, if I was 20-some years old, I'd probably do some stupid shit with money if I had millions of dollars. Buy some shit I knew I wasn't gonna use later.
Right.
You know, put rims on shit I shouldn't put rims on. You feel me? Just to be stupid because I got extra money to fuck around and do stupid shit like that. So I don't diss the kids for doing that. I think back in the day, remember T-Pain had that chain and he just said big ass chain?
Yeah.
He had money like that. He could fuck around and spend money. And the chain almost cost like, I think $300,000, something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he bought it. Just because he got money like that. You can fuck around and then, I'm sure now he's like this, man, this is stupid. What I buy this
He
big
lost
ass?
all his money for a while.
Yeah?
He
Really?
talked about it on one of those interviews. He lost all his money, but he made some of it back.
Well, that's good.
He's doing okay now.
Yeah. Yeah,
Oh, he said he makes most of his money from Twitch now.
Yeah.
Twitch streaming, the video game stuff.
Wow, who would have thought?
I actually have a feature with T-Pain, believe it or not.
That's
Really?
cool as
Yeah,
shit.
I never met him or anything like that, but I met his booking agent at a conference in Las Vegas.
Yeah.
A Native American casino conference. And he was half black, half Native American. And we were just talking, and he was like bringing up people he booked. And he said, I said, if I were to ever have a feature, I would love for it to be a T-Pain.
Yeah.
He's like, I can make that happen for you. I actually have one if you want to buy that bullshit. So he was for real. He showed me it and everything, and he ended up selling that feature to me. So
Really?
I actually have a song with T-Pain. But the thing that sucks, so I own it, but I can't release it. When I try to release it on iTunes and all that as T-Pain, it won't let me.
Wow.
Because I can't use the T-Pain name. You see what I'm saying? So when I release it, I gotta release it as I release it as Teddy Pendergrass now. His other name, his other ego.
Why can't? Was his name changed or what happened?
No, because so when iTunes doesn't believe that I have an actual T-Pain feature. You know what I mean? When I try to upload it as Frizzo Metal featuring T-Pain, I don't have it. It's like a big old thing. I would have to get T-Pain's approval. So.
Oh, he had to sign off on the feature.
Yeah, I never met him or anything. I just bought that feature.
Oh man, it's not way you can get him to do it.
Yeah, if I meet him, I think if I did, I could probably get through.
Yeah, because I'm like, especially, I'm sure you got money from paying for it.
Yeah.
So it's crazy.
Yeah.
I didn't know it worked out. I didn't know it worked out like that.
It's weird, the music business, the way it goes, the rules and all this and that.
Man, that just trips me out, dog. And T-Pain's like one of the underrated artists.
Right.
I think so, dog. He's really underrated. And I think I got caught up cheating in one of his songs.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I was cheating on my. That was a lot of years ago, but I was cheating on one of my exes, and I remember that one of his songs was playing in the club when she pulled up on me with the other girl, and my friend tried to warn me. He's a bartender, and I couldn't hear him because the music was so loud. He's like this, turn around. But he said turn around. I was like, turn around for what, bro? Like, get the fuck out of here. And it was the song with T-Pain and Lil Wayne.
Okay.
I can't believe it.
Yeah.
And I was like this, Wisconsin. That's the part I got caught up. I was like,
Oh,
in
that
Wisconsin, in a mansion. And I turned around and my girls were staring like, what the fuck? I said, I tried to warn your stupid ass. Turn around. I was like, my bad.
What were you doing?
I was dancing with the other chick on the dance floor.
Okay.
And I was singing a song in Wisconsin. But the bar was kind of like diagonal to the dance floor. So I would turn around and look at my boy because he was getting those drinks. And he was like this, turn around. I was like this, Wisconsin. And I was like, just dancing with the girl, and then my ex was behind me the whole time like this. But she had that fucking I'm gonna kill you look on her face, and he was trying to warn me, and I wouldn't turn around. I was like, Wisconsin. And I turned around, and I just froze, and he was like this. And he was shaking his head like.
He was like, you about to die.
Yeah, dog. And I'm not condoning this. I was young and stupid back then. But when you get caught cheating, you can't really explain yourself. And you got, as a guy, when you get caught cheating, you got to see, do you go with the side chick or you go with your main? Who you run after? Because they're both going to either get mad at you, start hitting you, and one's going to run off.
Wow.
They're not going to stay around. Unless they want to fight each other, then you start looking like, oh shit, I got two girls fighting over me. But that's your three options. Either if one of them takes off, who you going to follow? Your main or your side chick? And most of the guys always go back to the main, and then the side chick get even mad. You going to or you go back to the side bitch, and the main is like, what the fuck, you going to follow that bitch home? You going to take her home with you? Yeah.
So imagine being famous and all that was caught on video. And that's in TMZ. Otis Hicks gets caught.
Hey man, I'd rather be like that with some film, so like, you know, everything that went down, and then, because to be caught up like that anyway, whether you're famous or not, it's difficult. When you cheat, it's different. For a guy, I can only speak from when I cheated, and I'm not condoning it. Mm-hmm. It's just one of those deals where you just kind of, you know you're doing dirty, and then you try to like go to different spots where you know you won't be seen. Because El Paso's a small place. I don't know how it is over there, but it's like.
Well, in New Mexico?
Yeah.
Everybody knows. Where I'm from, everybody knows everybody.
So all you need is somebody to see. They saw you somewhere you weren't supposed to be at.
Yeah.
And that's it.
Yep.
You be at somewhere, I saw what's his face over there at the shack eating chicken wings. You like,
I've been
really?
to that too many times.
Yeah, for real.
That's why I love coming to El Paso. I mean, people know me, but not too many people.
That's a good thing, bro. Because sometimes if you're doing dirt, and I'm not condoning doing dirt right now, but women do it. Women cheat too, so it's a different thing. It's different. But I think it's different when women cheat. This is just my personal opinion. Because I think women, and I always make a joke about this, women leave clues to let you know they're cheating, but you so concentrated on what the fuck you doing, you don't pay attention. Or you worried about other shit. And they go, oh yeah, I left clues and you didn't know, and you should have known I was doing it.
You should have known.
Yeah, women like
then all of a sudden it's your fault?
Yeah, it is, pretty much. If that's what I was telling you earlier, like if a man cheats most of the time, or I mean, say if a woman cheats most of the time, the woman go, well, you know, you drove me to this. I didn't want to jump in on this man's dick, but you drove me to jump on his dick. And you're like this, what?
You made this happen.
You made this happen. And all her girlfriends would agree, like, yeah, he drove you into the dick. You didn't want to jump on his dick.
Way to dodge
multiple
responsibility.
times. I mean, he didn't spend time with you while he was working. Yeah, but that isn't a good excuse. He should have made time. I left clues. I left a Jordan 1 underneath the bed. Yeah.
So as men, are we supposed to like know all the hints like that?
So sometimes we're oblivious, dog. I think some guys, we get caught up in our zone. We don't do it on purpose. And then if we care too much, we seem too weak.
Yeah. I guess it's just about finding that right balance.
Yeah, I have to learn. Man, I tell you, I have to learn. Because people always ask me, why do I like thick women so much? And when I was in high school, just thicker women were nicer to me. Skinny women were mean to me most of the time. They were just mean, bro. And I'm like, the girls are always, hey, come here, you want to share my snack with me? Hell yeah, I want to share my snack with you. I'll share it more than a snack. You know what I'm saying? But thick girls are always nice to me, dog. Wow. That's why I always have a thing for thick women.
That's crazy.
Yeah, skinny girls are cool. I dated a skinny girl.
I love skinny girls. That's my preference.
Ain't nothing wrong. Yeah. I mean, it's good when you can hug a girl from behind and your hands meet together. That's cool. That's cute. I like to be like this on the side, like the hips is like right here, and I like to touch it.
Yeah.
That's my thing, bro.
So are you an ass man or a titty man?
I'd say I'm more of a thigh ass man.
Yeah.
Yeah, but she has like nice thick thighs and a little back there. Like I'm in love. Titties is not a big deal to me. If it's big titties, that's cool. But the thighs and everything's nice, and because women with me, they can get thicker. Like women with me, if I date a girl, she gains a little bit of weight, but it all goes to the thighs and the ass.
Yeah.
I ain't complaining about nothing. She's like, I got a little fat. I'm like, you good, don't worry about it.
What about you?
I like I like ass, but I think ultimately the face first. I like a real pretty face.
Yeah.
You know, cute, pretty, something about the face. And then if we're talking about like just like body curves and stuff, yeah. I like a big ass and like not super huge titties.
Really?
Yeah, like an ice skater body.
Yeah.
Dude, that's like fucking.
Oh yeah. Yeah, Nelly Furtado. She has the mom bod, dog. You see Nelly Furtado, dog?
Yeah, I seen the pics of her lately.
Dude, I was like this. I call that because dad bod, that's the mom bod.
Mm-hmm. You know, the weird thing about me, what I really appreciate of a woman, the main thing, and I could judge a woman just off of her feet.
Really?
Her feet, yeah. If a woman has beautiful, pretty feet and takes care of her feet, that tells you so much about it.
Ooh.
There could be a line of women right here, and let's say all I could see is their feet, like the rest of them were covered up, and all I could see. I would make my choice off
Of the feet?
Yeah.
What?
One of my clients.
I know I got a weird foot fetish.
One of my clients sells feet pics.
Yeah?
Yeah, she be paying for her tattoos with feet pics.
Damn. You can make bank off that shit.
Yeah, that's what
Yeah. This chick I used to work with at the sex shop.
I'll be spending all my money. No, I'm just kidding.
No, she used to sell her pics to this guy, and he asked one time, he's like, give me your socks. He wanted her to wear a bunch of socks and sweat in them.
Oh, wow.
And he liked to smell the sweat and stuff off the socks.
Oh, I'm not that weird. But.
And she sold like 3 or 4 pairs of her socks to him for $200.
Really? What
Yeah.
the fuck? No, that's crazy.
And he paid for them, but he wanted like feet pics and like
He
socks.
was probably very satisfied and happy.
Oh yeah, he was, dog. I'm like this, man. $200, you can have my shit. I give you my socks for $200. You want some funky ass socks? I got you, bro. Like you don't need to give me $50.
Yeah.
Like, yo, my man Oats got these socks.
And I run into him at Walmart. He works at, I don't want to oust him. I ain't gonna say his name. But he works at Walmart, and at times I run into him still.
Really?
Yeah, and he's cool dude. He's nicest dude. He says hi to me every time. Real nice dude. And but I remember I'm like, you're the feet guy. But he's real cool, nice guy, man. Nicest guy in the world.
It is what it is, man.
Yeah, man. 'Cause when you work at a sex shop, when I used to work at a sex shop, some people outside, when they see you outside of it, they don't want to say hi to you.
Oh, really? Oh, yeah.
They don't want to say shit to you. They just look at you. Oh, she don't say, she don't say.
Yeah, but I don't know him.
Yeah.
Never seen this guy.
Yeah.
Do those still get good business nowadays, or does everybody just order their stuff on apps?
I don't know. I haven't worked there in a while. I'm sure sex always sells,
Yeah.
but I'm sure
That's true.
it's down where it used to be because you can get all this stuff online.
Yeah, because it's embarrassing to walk in there and walk out, like you said.
Yeah, but you know what? The thing about it is the only way it's always gonna flourish if you go there because people don't want anything tracked. Online,
okay.
if you go there and you track people, oh, he ordered this, it's coming here. There, you can pay in cash or whatever you want, and there's no trace of you buying a fucking ass blaster 2000 or nothing like that. Yeah, that's what people like it more.
Ass blasted.
What was the biggest seller that you had to sell? Yeah.
Believe it or not, dog, the sex shop, it was El Paso's known for this, and I always say it, anal stuff.
Really?
The anal section, that's the fastest thing that will sell out. The beads, everything that's in the plugs, everything that goes in your ass will be gone, bro. El Paso's down with that. A lot of women don't want to talk about it, but they like that shit.
Everything that goes in your ass is gone.
It's gone, bro. I remember we used to have the ones that would sell the most with the women were the anal plugs with the diamond tips.
Really?
Oh, dude, I come across a lot of porn
Yeah.
in it lately.
Yeah, they have the anal, and then they had one that would light up. It had a switch on the end of it. So you put it on your ass, inside your asshole, and you flip the switch, and then it's like a disco ball kind of thing.
That's crazy.
It was so, dude, the anal section, I had to restock that bitch almost twice every 2 or 3 weeks. We get shit.
Wow.
Consistently. Anal. I'm like, damn, bro. And it was women and men buying that shit. So it wasn't just women, it was men too.
Yeah.
All anal. And anal ease. Sell a lot of anal ease like a motherfucker.
Do you know that's the OG fucking stuff we used to use for tattoos? Anal
Really?
ease. Yeah.
I believe it.
Before they started selling the fucking numbing cream everywhere.
Yeah.
The numbing cream we used was that one, anal ease.
Dude,
Because, it works apparently.
it numbs your stuff, but you gotta be careful. I told guys like this, when you use anal ease, you can't, unless you're a rock solid guy or you have good bloodstream and testosterone is good, you can't go in there raw dog with your girl because it'll numb her asshole and then numb your dick too. And then you'll go soft.
And you just won't have it.
Yeah, and you'll sit there and go, one dude told me, he came back, dude, like what the fuck, I went soft. When I went inside my girl, when I tried to fuck her in the ass, I'm like, yeah, because you used the cream, fool. It numbed your dick, because I couldn't feel nothing for like $1 an hour or so. I'm like, yeah, dog, you know.
He came back to tell you?
Yeah, he told me, I
didn't
numbed
figure it
my
out?
dick. I told you, you should have used a condom, dog, because he didn't want to use a condom. And I was telling him, but he wouldn't let me explain why. So he went in there, did his girl, came back, and he got mad at me. And I was like, dude, you got to put a condom on. Oh, for real? Like, yeah, dog, you can't even go in there raw, dog. You can't do it, bro. And he's like, oh, my bad. And some women are also curious about anal, so they'll try it out. But I always tell women, always use the small plugs first. Don't go in there with fucking golf-sized ball, bigger, if you're not used to it. That little mini plugs, you get that to get used to it, practice with that. That'll get you a good loosening up, so when you have anal sex, it won't be that bad.
Wow. You have the fucking spiel down.
Yeah,
bro.
you gotta have that. I tell women, like, don't just go, because guys, sometimes they don't know. They're not really knowing about, like, they've never done anal sex before. They've seen it in the movies. And guys, we try to, you can't treat anal like you do pussy. You can't shove it in there, start fucking going to town. That's not how it goes.
Yeah.
You gotta smooth it in, massage it in basically, and then when you get in there and smooth, you loosen it up, and then you can cook. Because the sphincter doesn't fucking retract back like the coochie does.
Oh, wow.
If you fuck the sphincter up, it won't go back as tight as it was. It won't, bruh. So if I tell women, if you do a lot of anal sex, eventually your sphincter will not close up, and then when you get older, you're gonna shitting on yourself.
Damn.
Real talk.
That's crazy. Would it be guys or girls mostly going in the store to buy stuff?
It's a combination of both. It's mostly
Really?
women, but if I go by, it's mostly women. And women, they know what they want, bro. Women come in there, like how guys treat their cars and their engines, women treat their coochie the same way. They know what oil they need, aka the lube.
Yeah.
They know what they want. They want how fast they want it, how slow, everything. And you basically have to find exactly what they need. And I was really good. I became good at that. I said, what satisfaction do you want? How many orgasms are you trying to have? And she'd be like, I want da-da-da. Let me show you this toy. Let me do da-da-da. And then at first women go, you're a dude. How do you know about I'm like, just give me a chance. Give me one toy, you go home, use it. Come back, curse me out. And she's like, and they never did. One time it was something so simple, it was like, dude, I hit the spot. These little 2 beads, I'm like, that's all you need.
Did they ever hit on you? You hook up with chicks at the...
Yeah, at times, man. But I was so oblivious.
Yeah.
Because I'd be so with my spiel about selling shit.
Yeah.
I was like, and most of the girls would come back like, you know I was trying to hit on you the whole time I was buying the rabbit? For real? Like, yeah, you got me a toy, but I was hoping you would give me your number or something. Wow. I was flirting with you, but you're all talking about, here's your double A's. And I'm like, what the fuck? You know what I'm saying? Like, I wasn't, it will come to me after shows. Sometimes after comedy shows, a woman like, hey, you sold me this, and you didn't hit on me. Or one girl, actually, I was doing comedy, and she was in the crowd. She's like this, yes, that's true, he did sell me, he sold me my, I'm like, oh yeah, I remember you.
Wow.
It's cool.
What made you stop working there? Or would you ever open up your own?
You know what? I probably, if I wanted to, I know exactly what to do. But I was thinking about opening up something, but it was something small, like a little booth.
Yeah.
Yeah, just a bunch of. I'd probably sell like dick pills or something.
Yeah.
And maybe like a toy too, but that was it. Because the dick pills always sold a lot. We made more money off the dick pills than anything else.
Really?
Yeah. Guys that come in there. Friday night was a busy night. Friday, Saturday night.
Like the Blue Chew, or what is it?
Blue Chew, the Rhino pills. They have all these like little liquids. Now they have gummies now. You use everything, bro. And guys that come in there, most of the time they coked up. So they're already on that coke, on that yay. Some of them can get it up when they're hard. when they're coked up, some of them can't. Like some of them do gay, they can't get it up, so they need that shot. And my girlfriend's in the car, dog, and then they would take the pill right there. Like they would purchase it, and they already had a thing of water. We would sell water. For $1.
Smart. It's very smart.
We have it at the counter. Hey man, go take the pill and run to the car.
Wow.
Yeah. It became natural, bro. I knew guys by name and shit. Hey, what's up, man? What's up, Al, man? What you? Oh, man. Hey, knock it out the park, dog. And I would hype him up. I wouldn't go in there and make him feel embarrassed. Because some guys go in there, oh, my dick. I like this, my man. What you worried about it? You gonna knock it out the park, right? I said, hey, look, Barry Bonds, Sammy Sosa did what? Steroids, right? But they all hit home runs, right? That's what you finna do tonight. They're like, yeah. All right, cool. Thanks, Otis.
Hype.
Yeah, you gotta hype them up so they come back again. And I was real good. I think my manager didn't like me because a lot of the guys liked me and shit. Because I was like doing that, and he became jealous. I think he was jealous of me. Like he's like, hey, let me talk to the customers too long and this and that. I'm like, this motherfucker. I'm cool with homeboy. Leave me alone. And some of them would actually invite me to shit. Hey, me and my wife are doing this over here. Can you want to come to the house? Because I was real cool with them, dog. I'm just good at talking to people.
So maybe they're swingers? Or no?
No. Some of them were. I'm sure some, but I just had a good rapport, dog. We talked about football, life, why they getting their dick pills, dog.
That's crazy.
That's the conversation. Well, I was just really cool like that. I'm not bragging, and I'm just really cool. One thing about going in a sex shop, I try to make people not embarrassed. The first thing they feel like they're embarrassed, I'll make you feel comfortable. I'm like this. I say, you know what? Everybody has sex. Right, so why are you embarrassed? You know what's embarrassing? They're like, what? Not fucking. They're like this. Yeah, you right. There's some dude right here see that dude buying that pocket pussy? He ain't getting no ass. He wish he was you right now getting these dick pills, getting some pussy. So what's the problem? Like this. And the guy with the pocket pussy, he would hear me and be like this. He's right. He's right. I wish I had real pussy instead. This is my third one this week.
Did that help you with your comedy?
Fuck yeah, it did.
Yeah.
It made me unfiltered. There's some shit I can't talk about because it's too gross. But just talking to people, interacting, if you can make somebody laugh while they have a dildo in their hand, you're pretty good. Motherfucker be laughing like they forget they're buying a dildo or anal beads or whatever. It was cool, dog. I'd be making them feel so comfortable, especially women. That's what made me a good rapport with women. Men, you can make them laugh sometime at anything. To make a woman feel comfortable when she's buying a fucking big ass dildo and she's all embarrassed and she doesn't want to bring it up to the counter and you're making her laugh. And that's when I'm really good with women most of the time on my comedy show. That's cool. Because I gear my shit to women most of the time.
Would you ever take it as far as putting it like in your set to sell merchandise?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would, dog, if I had merch like that.
That would, like,
Right?
Yeah.
Why the fuck not?
I should, man. I just
sell dildos. Would you go that far?
I don't know if I would go that far, depending on. I don't think I can get away with shit like that.
The Otis.
And then it's harder, especially if you was a traveling comedian, walking around with a bunch of dildos in your suitcase.
That might work.
Some states got different laws.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you couldn't go around with dildos like that, bro.
Isn't Georgia like that?
Something like that.
I think Texas is like that too.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's some kind of like dildo minimum.
What if you call it something else? Man? Call it like a paperweight or something.
Oh, you could, maybe.
I got these paperweights for sale.
But it's hard to go to TSA with a bunch of dildos and your shit, and you're there playing like
this dick-shaped paperweight.
And you get imagine that. Can you open your suitcase, sir? And it's all these are all dildos from I'm a comedian. I have to sign these and sell them. Why this gallon of lube? But that's more for a show.
Yeah, we got a Diddy party.
Yeah. You know, Jeff Dunham, he made a killing selling those puppets after the show.
I think at one point he was one of the top earning comedians at one point.
You know, he was selling one of those for like $200, and he sold out that night.
He has a hell of a following, dog.
Yeah.
I remember he came to El Paso, dog, and I was in a sex shop at one point, and these people walked in, and they were just gonna go see him. They bought some bunch of shit, but they went to go see him. They're like, Jeff Dunham's here. We're gonna go see him.
Yeah.
And he was kind of clean. He's not that dirty.
Yeah.
He's like PG-13 kind of. Yeah. But he sold out. I don't know if it was Don Haskins or Abraham Chavez, but he sold out.
When he came to the Intermountain Gods, that was the first time I've ever seen anything of him. I had never seen the video or anything.
Yeah.
And I watched him, and he was so amazing because I kept forgetting that those puppets were actually him.
Yeah, you forget.
I even said to somebody, yeah, the puppets are more funnier than his stand-up. And I'm like, what the fuck? What did I just say? You know, like he's that good as getting, because he comes out and he does stand-up by himself first.
Yeah.
He doesn't use the puppets, and it's okay, it's good. But when he brings those puppets out, it's fucking hilarious. hilarious.
So imagine that. Imagine having a set already, then you have a set with the puppet.
Yeah.
This is how Jibs feels about the magic. When you talk to him?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because his jokes are funny.
Yeah.
But then the magic, everybody loves the magic so
I
much
love it
that it's
too.
fucking
Yeah.
hilarious.
Yeah.
You know?
And then the
It
thing,
never gets old.
No.
it doesn't, bro. Every time, and then like when he did the thing with the sword, that shit was funny because he's like that. He's like, yeah, but shit like that he does with it is so hilarious, dog.
Yeah.
So, and I told Jibs, I'm like, dog, you can take that anywhere.
Yeah.
And I said, if you were in Vegas and you get residency, dog, it's a wrap.
Right.
You can stay there for years, dog, doing that. And then you get a crowd. One thing about Vegas, you get a different crowd every time you do it. He's like, yeah. I'm like, this dog, you have an in. If you get in there, Jibs, that's a wrap, bro. I won't see you that often. You'll be in Vegas most of the time. And I'm like,
There's so much talent right there. Like, it's like he should have his own. He should have his own special already. You know. But I think, what does it take for somebody to El Paso to get their big break to blow up like a Cat Williams or a?
and he just,
Get the fuck out of El Paso more.
You think?
yeah.
Yeah, because there's just not enough opportunity here. And that would, and it's not just El Paso, but like any city that doesn't have like a huge fucking, media base or whatever. Like we got like what two mics a week.
Yeah,
you
for
know.
now, yeah.
Well, but then putting it online, I guess, would be the next. Like going viral off of a video could blow somebody up. You know.
Of course.
Yeah.
But that is the same no matter what city you're in. You know, you'd be in New York, you still want the same thing. You still want to go viral.
Yeah.
Who would you say is the biggest person from El Paso to do it as far as comedy? Is there one? Because the comic strip's been there since 1985, 86?
Dude, I don't know too much of the history as much as I should.
I wonder who would be like I don't know if there was like a founding father or a Mount Rushmore of El Paso comedy. Who would be on that?
Oh, I think Ponchi probably would.
Ponchi?
Ponchi's been. Ponchi, if we interviewed him a couple of weeks back, I think he would be considered on there. I call him the Godfather of comedy here.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he's seen it. You know what I'm saying? He's traveled. He's been around. He's worked on different venues and stuff like that. So I'll put him up there, man. But
Nice.
yeah, it's just, I don't know, bro. It's just one of those deals where, I don't know, man. Everybody's kind of finding themselves now, and it's good to see, dog. I'm watching everybody, and I'm like, dog, it's just, I guess I always say that, but it's just a beautiful thing to see people find themselves, you know?
Definitely. El Paso comedy is, to me, because since I'm not a comedian, just somebody from outside looking in, it's like amazing to see. Like, let's say if they made a documentary about El Paso comedy and it blew up, it would be like the whole world would want to see that shit because the talent's there. Like
It is.
when you guys come through Club 49,
Yeah.
and then what I saw last night at the comic strip, like that could easily
Yeah.
be a Netflix special or sell out some, you know.
I totally agree with that. There's so much talent here, bro. There really is. And I'm lucky enough to pretty much have seen all of it and interacted with it at one point. Yeah. I'm lucky, man, on that point. I really am.
You know what else El Paso has better than anywhere else I've ever been to?
What?
Strip clubs.
You think so?
Yes, the most beautiful women are here in El Paso. I've been to strip clubs in Vegas, Orlando, Florida. Where else?
I know you ain't been to Atlanta, right?
Oh, I've never been to Atlanta.
But all right, you got to go there first before
Yeah.
you speak. Because I'm not a strip club person, but everybody's saying you got to go to Atlanta,
Okay.
them strip clubs first, and then you can have an opinion. Because I mean, if you go with what you saw, maybe I don't go to strip clubs, but go to Atlanta, dog.
Yeah.
And then see if you have that same opinion.
I put Dreams above everybody right now. Any strip club I've ever been to in Vegas,
Are you serious?
Yes, Dreams. Most beautiful woman in the world.
I'm not saying it's not. I'm
What
a
do you
strip
think?
club
What do you
person.
think?
But you base it on dreams, dog.
Dreams, most beautiful woman.
But-
I stand by that. Oh my God.
You have to understand there ain't too many options, though. You feel me? You going by A and B. There's no C, D, E, F. You feel me?
When was the last time you've been to Dreams? I actually have. It's been like 5 years since I've been to Dreams, so.
It's been more longer than that for me. I'm like 8 or 9.
But I spent a lot of time there. Those women, man.
Yeah?
Most beautiful in the world. That's what I think. What do you think?
I haven't been to Dreams.
Really?
Couldn't really say.
Where have you been? You go to strip clubs at all?
Not really.
No.
I used to go to the Hustler Club in San Francisco. That was my favorite one there, but I'm just not really a huge strip club guy.
I used to be.
Yeah.
I used to be. That used to be my thing.
I can see why. Yeah, that's funny. Now you go to strip club time. I just can't. I can't throw money. I can't throw money at somebody I don't think deserves it. I can't.
All those girls that dreams deserves it.
I'm sure you think so, but I'm like this. I'm not. After this ends, you know. You feel me? And then like if you look at it, to me, strip clubs it's more of an ego for a dude. Because it's just a bunch of dudes just trying to show off in front of each other. What I saw. Well, I'm just going with what I saw.
Yeah.
Throwing up money. And I remember one time he was throwing up money. All the strippers were around him. And he just like the attention, the fact that he was just, oh, look at all these girls. And I'm like, yeah, because you got our money. Ain't nothing wrong with it. But I was like, I'd rather spend money on something else. I'm good.
That was some of the funnest times of my life. I remember having my birthday at Dreams.
Yeah.
And I budgeted. I made sure I saved up enough money to blow that night.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, and it was one of the best birthdays of my life. I mean, for that time, I wouldn't do that again because I'm older now, so I'm kind of done with that scene. But back then, man, it was fun.
You fun?
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel you, man.
And you don't have to. I had like $1,000, and I felt like a baller there.
Yeah.
I mean, at other clubs like in Vegas, you gotta have like a crazy amount of money to feel like. You gotta be throwing $100 bills.
But you know what, dog? If you take a stack of 200 ones, you can still, you can still look like a baller.
Yeah,
Get 200 ones and be like, throw a couple of eight ones at a time.
So how was it in Atlanta?
I just heard like from what I told guys.
So you never been?
I never been there.
Oh,
I heard two dudes talk about it. They from Atlanta and they were talking about it, and it became biblical at one point.
Really?
They were going, you been to this? Or you gotta go. Or we get that Egyptian girl. So I'm like,
damn.
Is it really that good? I mean, hell yeah. You never been to this, you gotta come here. And you gotta go to this. Then you gotta go over here. And I'm like, so before you make an opinion like that, you go down to Atlanta, now you traveling, go down to the strip club and then let me know what you think. And then come back and be like, I changed my opinion. Dreams it's number 7 on my list.
Well, for me, I'll put Dreams against any strip club in the world right now.
Come on, man. Now you're going too far. Now you're going too far. I think that ink is going in your bloodstream. Because I know what's going on, dog.
How's your arm feeling, anyways?
I'm feeling it, but yeah, I'm doing all right.
There's just so much little detail with this tattoo.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
It's looking cool, though.
Yeah, it is, man. I think it's gonna come out real nice when it's done. Maybe one day I'll get one, dog. I'll think about it. I'll tat something up. What that is, I don't know. I'm gonna use the bathroom. I'm gonna take my mic.
You got to make it. Any other guests that you have on this show now, they got to get tatted up, man.
Nah. Well, I mean, if they want to,
No, just play.
it's on them.
This shit is
It's
worth
been great though. It's been a good podcast.
Yeah, man. I gotta take a piss. That's one reason.
Yeah.
I didn't want to piss.
Should we take a little break from the video part?
Oh, no, we're fine.
Oh, okay.
That way it's just one whole thing.
Oh, okay, cool. But like we could cut. You don't have to put this part in there.
What, him going to the bathroom?
No. Yeah.
That doesn't matter.
Oh, okay.
It's already happened in several of our episodes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's not a big deal. People like it, actually. It's funny. But he took off the mic, so that's cool. Now, the tattooing while podcast is...
Do people do that?
I'm guessing, but this is the first time I ever did it, and it's kind of a little
What do you think about it? Is it kind of hard to concentrate?
Well, so it's just a couple of things. The main thing is like podcasting is usually pretty fucking fun, you know, because I get here. But this is also like doing this means that I don't get to do like just the straight fun part. This is also work.
Oh, I get it.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I love tattooing, but it's straight up work. You know, it's like I gotta sit here and make decisions the whole time on like how do I make this look, you know, the best it could look, like how we want it to look. So I don't know. Not that I'm saying I wouldn't do it again. But maybe I wouldn't do it again.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's coming out fucking fire. You know, with that too.
Yeah.
It's definitely earning.
When
that
you went to
fire.
film school,
Yeah.
what did you think you were going to be doing for the rest? Did you think were you trying to be a director? Were you trying to be a...
Yeah.
Yeah?
I studied directing, acting, cinematography. So basically, like triple majored. It wasn't hard because you have to learn all those anyways. I just maxed them all out. Thought I wanted to be a cinematographer at first, but then after I took all the shooting classes, I realized the cinematographer doesn't do what I wanted. Basically, I wanted to pick the shots.
Oh, okay.
Because that's always been sort of a strong point for me, is I like composition, and I feel like I'm good at fucking like composing a shot. But that's actually the director's job.
Oh.
Yeah, because the shot tells the story like how it is, you know?
Yeah.
So the cinematographer might have input on it, but ultimately how that shot is supposed to look is the director's role. So after I took all the cinematography classes and learned this, I was like, oh, well, let me take all the directing classes then too. Yeah, and then with directing classes comes all the acting classes, because you know that's what you're doing is directing actors. So hence the triple major. But yeah, no, I just wanted to make movies, man. I wanted to be able to like, you know, you see things on TV, or back then TV,
Yeah.
and you'd be like, you know what, I think I can do better.
Well, what movie really inspired you?
I wouldn't say there's any movies that really inspired me.
Well, what's your favorite movie?
I don't know right now. It changes.
Really?
Yeah. At one point, I really liked that movie City of God. That was fucking insane. It was like a movie about those like Brazilian gangs.
Oh, okay.
You ever seen this movie?
No, I never seen it.
And this kid who was like a photographer, he ended up, it's based on a true story. I think his name's like Rocket or something. But then tastes change, you know? But one thing that always remains, I always loved those movies like fucking, like Goonies.
Oh, the ladies? Yeah.
Goonies and Time Bandits.
Okay.
Do you remember Time Bandits or any of those?
I remember the Goonies, but not
Oh my
Time
God.
Bandits.
So Terry Gilliam, he was one of the dudes from Monty Python. He made these 3 movies that were supposed to be part of like you know, like sequels, like 1, 2, and 3.
Yeah.
They don't match each other at all. But apparently they're supposed to be part of a fucking whole deal. One of them is Time Bandits, where it's a movie with all little people, with like midgets and shit.
Okay.
Yeah. Remember in the 80s when they kept having midgets in movies, like Willow and shit like
Yeah, I
that?
remember that.
Yeah, so it's like right before that, like the start of that.
Yeah.
Time Bandits is fucking fire. That one, there was another one called Baron Munchausen, or The Adventures of Baron Munchausen, and Brazil.
Okay.
Those 3 movies were supposed to be a trilogy.
Okay.
They still fucking hold up.
What about like the E.T.?
Yeah, E.T. was the shit, man.
and-
Spielberg, all those fucking movies he did were fire. He still has that look to what he does.
Have you ever tried to show? I don't know. Do you have kids or anything?
No kids.
Or have you ever tried to show those movies, great movies from the 80s or 90s, to a young kid nowadays?
I can't say that I have.
So I've tried, and it's like they're bored out of their mind when they watch those
It's not
movies.
fast
Yes,
enough,
it's like their attention span is so
Yeah.
nowadays, and it's funny how that is.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's interesting, huh?
The movies created back then are just so different than nowadays. One movie that kind of was fun. Did you guys see the new Elvis movie that came out a couple years ago?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I remember that one.
That's cool.
So I remember after that movie, we had the Elvis impersonator at our casino. We have him every year for so many years, and he does pretty good. But that year when that movie came out, it was sold out, and there was a bunch of kids in the crowd, like a bunch of not kids, like early 20s, late teens, and they came. And I remember one girl was even going, "Is that the real Elvis?"
Oh my God.
And it was funny because that movie, it was just so good, and it was new, it was fresh.
Yeah.
I always took Elvis as a joke before that movie.
Really?
Yeah, like I knew he was good. I knew he was a king. My parents loved him. But after watching that movie, it's like, oh, this is why. This is why he's so great. They just did such a good job, and it was new, it was fresh, and the way they took those shots and the way it was edited, like the effects on that movie,
Yeah.
it really made it like that, like with the kids. It's almost like I don't know, 10 years ago when that if you saw the who sings that Poison song?
Which one? Belby DeVoe posing?
Yeah.
Yeah, somebody Big Button Smile, that one?
No.
We talking about that.
The group. What's the group?
Bell Biv DeVoe?
Nah, that's what I thought.
No.
You talking about the rock version?
Oh, that Poison.
No. Damn. I'm in so much pain. I'm not even thinking right.
You need a break or anything?
No. I'm good. Hold on. Let me just get it. The guy that did a song with Ja Rule in 2003.
It's Poison?
Can you cut this part out? Because I'm not even thinking. I can't even think right now. Who the fuck am I talking to? Can you please cut this part out?
Ja Rule? Poison? Talking about Bobby Brown?
Bobby Brown, yeah, his group.
New Edition.
New Edition.
Yeah, okay.
There it goes. All right.
Got you.
So, what I was trying to say, when that movie came out 10 years ago, what was it, Netflix? The New Edition story?
Oh, yeah, it came out on BET first.
On BET?
Yeah.
All the kids became New Edition fans.
It's off the docu series.
When I would DJ proms and things like that, they would always tell me to play that song. And I'm like, what the hell would you...